Hello, hello. We are live. We are here with the premiere episode of Lords of Hatred, our new Star Wars TTRPG show. Is everybody excited?
I'm a little scared, excited, but scared.
Yes.
Chad puts in chat Wookiee yell. Okay, very nice. Very nice.
I can't do one. So.
Aw, man. I've been waiting for
that's
that
a
the
good
whole
point.
time.
I could at least see the chat in Twitch. I don't necessarily need to hear it through Twitch.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started here. Obviously, we did our 0th episode last week, and we made characters and talked about the game. And we have made the characters. We have given a rundown of the basics of Burning Wheel, and we are ready to start with the first episode of Lords of Hatred. So we're gonna take this a little slow. Because we have some new people to Burning Wheel, and we also none of the people who are in the cast here actually played Burning Wheel in a while, at the very least. So we're gonna go slow. We're gonna make sure everybody's on the same page with all this stuff. And but when we start a game of Burning Wheel, and obviously we are playing a Burning Wheel hack known as Star Systems, written by Joel and Greg Young, but same basic rules apply here. Burning Wheel, we start off with our beliefs, instincts, and traits to make sure that we are reminded of who the characters are, what they care about, and it's a good time to rethink about the characters you're playing, and this will be a kind of our opening ritual every time to make sure everybody remembers who everybody is, and this is also a good time to change them if we need to change them, and then we'll also run through them at the end of the session and hand out our thought. But we'll go ahead and it's totally fine if you don't have all your beliefs and instincts filled out. Having one of each would be great. But we'll go ahead and run through each of these characters and have you read off their bits, as I like to call them, the beliefs, instincts, and traits. Connor, who are you, and what are you about?
My name is Connor Powers. I really like RPG.
You like long walks on the beach? You're married.
True. Okay, so I am Ren Torin, and he is a Jedi Master, actually, because that was so worth 3 trait points. And his beliefs are: the Jedi are becoming complacent. I will be different. I will start by keeping peace in this town on Tatooine, wherever we're going. And then my second and third beliefs are kind of like possible interpretations of what I am guessing will happen as we interact with the other characters. So I have Nibbit seems to be force sensitive. I will consult my luminous beings to see if I should take him as my next apprentice. Just kind of taking a gander there. And then so I might edit these a little bit as if things
totally fine. Yeah, and feel free to at any point during the session change your beliefs, or even at the very end we can add beliefs in. This will only be a first session thing. That's not usually how this goes. But we'll be flexible with the first session to make sure everybody knows how it's working. And so you can see stuff that your character is going to be caring about in the middle of the session and make a note of it. And we can come back to it later.
Okay. So then my third belief is: the Force seems to be warning me of Jared's character, which I think you're going with Kalos Khan, right?
Yeah.
As your name. Okay. When I wrote it, you did. Oh, thank you. When I wrote it, you didn't have a name yet. So the Force seems to be warning me of Kalos Khan, or Callus Khan. Are you?
What?
Are you trying to like role play right now, being in the dark with your hood up?
Everyone has successively noticed.
That's what
this.
yeah. How do you say your name? Kalos?
Kalos.
Kalos.
It's actually Callus, but he's hiding it behind Kalos.
Yeah.
There's already Agent Kalos. Sorry.
So not only is it actually Callus, but he stole it from a different Star Wars character, of course.
I don't know
So anyway,
what that is.
So then the last part of that is: before I am able to trust him, I will find out more about his character. So I'll see if that is how that goes. And my instincts are: I can never turn my back on those who need my help. Katara quote there. Never turn my back to a Sith, and always carry my lightsaber.
Nice. And then what are your traits?
Prominent scar, haunted by luminous beings. Do I do the die traits as well?
Yep.
Attuned, empathy, knighthood, sworn to the order, quickened pulse, fearless, and master.
Cool stuff. Yeah. All right, Jared, who are you and what are you about?
I am Kalos Khan. My beliefs are the Jedi and Sith teachings have failed me, so I'll eke out an existence alone on my own terms. So for now, I'll find a way to support myself on this backwater planet.
Did you say eke out?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That means to like
Survive.
really try.
Yeah. As an EEK?
EKE.
EKE.
Oh,
Eke out an
okay.
existence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second belief is the teachings on Korriban lead only to destruction, and their secrets must die with me. So I will keep this knowledge away from those seeking it. The third belief, the power of the dark side grows within me, and the taint threatens to take control. I will learn to master this power without being consumed. The first step is to use these powers without losing control. Instincts are never trust the Jedi. That's all I have right now.
Yikes.
Cool. And then your traits?
The laundry list. Attuned, sworn to the order, prominent scar, hatred, rule of two, your lordship, aura, fear, and deep sense.
Cool. All right, and then Jared, would you bump up your mic volume just a little bit there? Compared to everybody else, you're a little quiet. So if you can take a gander at that while we do the next character here. Lance, who are you? What do you be?
I'm the new person here, so be patient with me. My character is called Nibbit Ni. I am a normal Jawa that just happened to stumble upon a holocron one day in the desert sands, and through that I was able to, I don't want to say awaken my force abilities, but it became something that was aware of through the teachings of the holocron. Didn't fully understand it. It's kind of weird, complicated stuff. So just went on my merry way. Probably sold it off somewhere. And then later on, I was called to something further out in the desert. And I also found a lightsaber in the desert. One called to the other. And I use it as a something to weld metals together with, and my character is very much the type to I don't want to say take advantage of others, but is doesn't have exactly
he's unscrupulous.
Unscrupulous.
I think you have a trait about that.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, what are your beliefs, instincts, and traits so far? I know you don't
still working on those. I'm assuming that his instinct is to take care of himself above all others. Beliefs being along the lines of survival is key. Do what it takes.
Sure, yeah. And we'll fill those out in play and by the end of the session. You do have one instinct, though.
Always scavenging materials.
Yep, that's a good one to have to basically retroactively say, I was scavenging, I'm going to make a thing. Yeah. Then what are your traits? Your laundry list of traits here.
Yeah, I was going to say, for traits, I have native to a desolate world, child of a scavenger culture, unscrupulous. It's a trap. I'm alien. I'm attuned. Affinity to faulty paraphernalia. Small stature. Connected through spacefaring areas. Iron grip, nimble, and a scavenger.
Very nice. Yeah, you have a lot of very helpful traits that will come.
I'm not
I'm sure.
exactly the strongest, but I have a lot of traits.
You are the resident Swiss Army knife in the party.
I am the HM slave of this campaign.
Yeah, there you go. And then last but not least, Chad, who are you and what are you about?
My character or me?
Your
character.
Yeah.
Okay, because Connor said he likes.
Yeah, that was just Connor being cheeky.
All right. My character is named Biyaka, and he is the first Wookiee Jedi. And can I read my beliefs and instincts?
Yep. Yeah, read them off all the way through. Beliefs, instincts, and
So
traits.
Connor's character is my character's
Old master.
He was his master when I was a Padawan, but now I'm a knight and he's on the council. So my beliefs are: I want to protect the Republic from the growing threat of the dark side. Therefore, I will do everything in my power to keep the location of Korriban a secret.
Cool. Yeah, and then we can add in like a second part, like a more immediate goal once it becomes more clear what you guys are doing.
Okay.
I think that would be a good thing to add. Yeah.
The Jedi are a noble people and have earned a good reputation in the galaxy. Therefore, I seek to honor the order and the code with my life. My master has some beliefs that go against the Jedi code. I will keep a close eye on him and do all in my power to keep him grounded should I believe he is slipping towards the dark side.
Ooh, okay, cool.
My instincts are: whenever someone speaks ill of the Jedi Order, I get angry and may lash out. I will always seek to honor the Jedi code, even to a fault. And I do not trust any non-Jedi until they earn it.
Cool. And then what are your traits?
Paranoid about the ship. Schadenfreude, which means
you laugh at people's
I get
misfortunes.
joy, when people have bad stuff happen to them. Attuned, sworn to the order, knighthood, vested, empathy, tough as nails, and fearsome beast.
Yep. Yeah, and tough as nails and fearsome beast for the ones he chose for his die traits for being an alien. And just for your guys' benefit, tough as nails means he's not required to make steel tests for pain, exhaustion, or deprivation. He just clambers to his feet and keeps going. If kicked back to the ground, he crawls. So he just doesn't have to make steel tests for most things that people have to make steel tests for.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then fearsome beast is a call on for intimidation. So, yep.
Which is awesome.
Framing the Wookiees as a savage primal people so far, but makes sense. They haven't been enlightened by the
it's
galaxy.
Before the Republic.
It's true.
Anybody knows about them.
Makes sense. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and get started here. We'll introduce the characters kind of one at a time here and kind of ease into what's happening here on Tatooine. But of course, before we get started any further, we have to start with an opening crawl. And I have sent out the video version of this to you guys in the chat, so you guys have already watched this. But then I'll make sure it's in the Lords of Hatred playlist on YouTube, so everybody can take a look at it if they want to there as well. I was pretty happy with the way it turned out. So we see blue text come up on the screen that says we see a field of stars, and then blue text comes up on the screen and it says, "A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away." And then a blast of brass as the opening sting of the Star Wars theme comes in, and we see Star Wars. And it slowly fades into the background. And as the main part of the theme kicks in, we get Lords of Hatred in big, bold capital letters. And then below it, a description of our situation, of our story so far. And it says, "For 1,000 years, the Galactic Republic has enjoyed an era of peace and prosperity. Some said the Sith that attacked the galaxy in the Great Hyperspace War had left the galaxy forever. Unfortunately, they did not expect darkness to come from within. Exar Kun and Ulic Qel-Drama, the new Dark Lords of the Sith, have swept through the galaxy with hordes of sycophantic followers. They have but one goal: to destroy the Galactic Republic and the Jedi Order forever. To that end, they have sought out the long-lost Sith homeworld of Korriban, hidden from prying eyes by the careful attention of the Jedi and the Republic. On the backwater planet of Tatooine, there lives a former Jedi turned bounty hunter, who is the wild card in the quest for Korriban's location. Recently, the Jedi Order has rediscovered this fallen Padawan, and has dispatched a team of Jedi Knights to collect him. They are determined to keep him out of the hands of the Sith at all costs, but it may already be too late." And then the theme starts to go into a more eerie bit of music as we pan down and see the backwater planet of Tatooine from space. And we see a kind of rugged, junky, but still labeled officially Republic cruiser come into the shot and descend towards Tatooine. And I think like the Republic obviously doesn't have jurisdiction here. But I think you guys were able to, I think probably what this is like an old, like, yeah, I guess this wouldn't be a Republic ship. Let me scratch that, because I don't think the Republic would have like traffic that would come here. So you probably hired Biaka and Ren. You probably hired some, not necessarily disreputable, but some freelancer who can take you this far. Maybe you used a Republic ship to get to the Outer Rim as far as the Republic's influence goes, and then you took a ship from wherever you ended up to Tatooine. And it's, it's been an easy ride, nothing really like concerning about it. Like the guy might be a smuggler, the guy might have something like in his hidden compartments on his ship, but you haven't asked too many questions and he hasn't offered any answers. And but he seems friendly enough, and so he starts to land the ship as you descend to Tatooine, and you get to the settlement of Anchorhead, which is as of yet the only human settlement / outside settlement that's not a Sand People or Jawa settlement on the planet currently, the settlement of Anchorhead. And you land in like the one spot for a ship that exists on this little backwater town. The one like, circular spaceport thing. It literally can only land one ship, and this is that one ship. And as the ship slowly descends, we are getting some of your guys, probably either Ren or Biaka's theme, playing softly in the soundtrack as we descend. The ship, kind of heaves as it hits the sand, and some droids. We see some like funny looking droids like start to come over and like make sure everything is set with your landing and that everything is that it's docking correctly and all that. And we see the what is it called? The ramp. Yeah. There's probably another word that I'm looking for there, but a ramp descends from the ship, and we see the captain, but by the way the shot is framed, we can tell he's not important, right? Like it's maybe even slightly out of focus. When we see him, and he just like moves off to the side of the screen, starts talking with some like customs officers here at the spaceport, and then we see Ren and Biaka start to descend from the ramp in onto the dry, dusty planet of Tatooine. Would you guys give me a description of your characters? First, I guess, what does Ren look like as we see this shot framing the both of them?
Ren has kind of like he's got short brown hair. He has a prominent scar on his face, and he is wearing like your typical Jedi robes, but he has like I was gonna say he has armor, but I don't think I put that on his character sheet. I think I did I put that into lightsaber. So yeah, so he's just his normal Jedi robes. And
we have a token. We have tokens for these characters too. Let me pull them up for everybody.
Yeah. He has his lightsaber hidden underneath his robes. And he has a serious look about himself. Doesn't seem to be an approachable guy.
Cool. Sounds good. And then Biaka, what do you look like?
I'm a really tall Wookiee, and he's like a normal colored, like brown Wookiee, but he has on like a light armor with a white Jedi robe over it. With his lightsaber hidden, of course. And I picture him walking behind Ren with his protocol droid,
Yes.
like following close behind. I forget what unit I called him. HK-12?
HK-12.
Yeah, so he's an HK droid that I captured while I was doing Jedi Inquisitor work. And I swapped his memory core for a protocol droid, so now he follows me around and translates for me.
So I actually meant to ask you this before we started, Chad, but let me ask you this now. Is this sort of situation where like the HK unit still has the personality of an HK unit, and with all the knowledge that it could be an assassin droid, but it just has the like inability to do any assassin stuff? Because I think that would be hilarious if like the droid the entire time is just like, I wish I could kill this guy, but I can't.
I mean, can you do the NPC voice for him doing that? Because
Statement.
I didn't picture him. Yeah, like, can you do the if you ever want to add something in? Like, yeah, that's cool.
Awesome.
But he can't. Like, he absolutely can't hurt anybody.
Yeah, and we're gonna specify that right now. He is literally just a protocol droid.
Yeah.
There may be some quest that happens later, or some bad Sith captures him, or there could be a possibility of him becoming that. But right now, it's not within his programming to actually harm anyone. So HK-12 comes behind you, and then I think he just says, "Statement: This is a horrible dust planet."
And I just kind of look at him like, and grunt non-verbal Wookiee sound at him, like non-intelligible Wookiee sound at him.
Cool.
And then he stops. He knows that means shut up.
yeah. Cool. And we see you guys, descend the ramp and start to look around, and it's just dry and dusty and hot, and you guys are used to like the nice core worlds, the nice Republic-owned worlds of, and even if you've been to a dry, dusty planet before, it's like one that will offer amenities to like make sure that it's not as bad as it could be, but this place will not have those things, so you're just kind of stuck in the dust and grime of this place for a while. But I think as the captain is like, making sure his ship is fine, and maybe yelling at a droid for getting too up close and personal to one part of his ship. He's like, no, don't touch that. And he moves away. We see the customs officer, who's like a grizzled man, maybe in his like 40s. Step over. He has like military cut hair. So like just real short cropped. And he has like a scar on his cheek, and he steps over, kind of grizzled, rough looking guy, and he says, let's see, how do you say this? Welcome to Tatooine. I trust that you're not bringing anything dangerous or illegal here. It may be a minor town, but we still have laws.
We are Jedi. We don't deal with illegal goods.
Interesting. So I suppose you wouldn't mind if I just had my droid here give you a cursory search.
He narrows his eyes. Ren narrows his eyes and is just like, you would search a Jedi.
I would search anyone who might bring something that would get me fired into Anchorhead. Yeah.
Question about Jedi. Can I make a roll here to be like, yeah, nobody would. This is like an extremely,
inappropriate thing to do.
Yeah, inappropriate thing to do to a Jedi, because Jedi carry like a sense of authority with them. It'd be like saying, "Hey, police officer, like we're going to search you."
Yeah, right. I think that's a Jedi wise test, which you don't have, but you could roll it untrained.
Which would fall under perception?
Yeah, it's perception based. So you will be rolling 6 dice. Just do it, man. Because even if you fail, we learn something interesting about the world.
All right. Let's do it. What's my ob?
Go ahead and add it to be learned there, in your sheet, and we'll get it situated. Let me take a look at normal obs for wises. So yeah, it's based on perception, so it should automatically be that. Let's take a look, because I know like ob 1 is like basic, like common knowledge of the subjects. An interesting fact is ob 2, details of ob 3. What do you guys think? What would be, if this is true, how like specific of knowledge would it actually be?
I would argue it's pretty general knowledge.
Yeah. I know that you, maybe that's not the right way to phrase it.
Probably
because this is like the time where the Jedi are everywhere, really well known.
Yeah, so this isn't so much like, if it's true, would it be common knowledge, I guess. It's actually more like, how difficult...
Wouldn't it be more like how familiar this guy is with that fact? Because he's on some
possibly.
backwater planet.
I think you might be right, actually, because like, so wise is based, like the actual obstacles here is like, if it's common knowledge of the subject, if it's an interesting, we'll go with ob 2. I think it's an interesting fact.
Okay.
I don't think it would quite be ob 1.
4 overall since it doubles, right?
Yeah, so you'll put in 2 and it'll automatically do it, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can't fork because it's being learned.
Okay. And base obstacles 2.
Whoa, nice. Oh my gosh, dude. Max successes.
That's how it should be.
I guess I'm not playing Cantarius this time.
I suppose not. So go ahead and you marked a bubble there towards learning it, and yeah, cool. So it is definitely true that this is not something that is done to Jedi in our Star Wars canon here. It is literally like talking to a police officer, and I think you get the sense, right? So if this was a guy who like had spent his entire life in the Outer Rim and had never seen a Jedi before, he wouldn't care, right? But when you say that, you immediately see a light bulb go on in the back of his head, and he basically just like, you can sense that he's had dealings with Jedi before, and he was being careless before, but now he like immediately starts walking eggshells around you, and he's just like, now listen, Sir Jedi, I didn't mean any offense exactly. You have to understand, it's my job to make sure that, we don't really have a lot of peacekeeping in Anchorhead, and I'm often the only line of defense this town has to make sure that, trouble doesn't enter it.
Can I ask a question? So, wouldn't this be the first time basically anyone has seen a Wookiee?
Probably, but there are also enough aliens in the galaxy that I don't think it would like immediately be like, okay. Oh my gosh, it's something new.
Like, what is that thing?
Yeah, okay. if he pressed it, he'd be like, wait a second, what are you? But like, he's not going to immediately be like, oh my gosh. So.
Okay, I'm cool. I agree with that. Cool. That was all I wanted to ask.
He might look at you funny, but he's not going to like make a decision.
Well, so I was thinking that as Connor was talking to him and he was like saying, I'm going to search you guys, that I would like casually pull out my lightsaber and light it up. But I don't know if that's okay.
You can do that if you want to. I feel like that would give a different tenor to the scene, but
well, I wanted to do it, but then he won the role, so I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, so he says that. I mean, do you respond then, Ren?
I'm sorry, I missed it.
Oh, he was basically just saying, did you hear what I said? What he said to you?
The NPC.
Basically like,
so sorry, Sir Jedi. Yeah, I don't want to lose my job. Also, I'm like, you have to understand, like, this town doesn't have much in the way of peacekeeping. There's not a sheriff here, so like, I'm kind of like their only line of defense to make sure that nothing bad even enters the town. So like, can you understand? And so like, he'll even just like say, I think like, you have to understand here. I don't do this because I'm trying to be rude or anything. Just that, this is the law.
Yeah, I think at that he's just like, and just kind of like opens up his robe and just like shows him that it's very obviously that he like doesn't have anything on him except for his lightsaber. And
I think he like coughs slightly. And he's like, I don't suppose you would mind paying a fee for bringing a dangerous weapon into Anchorhead. That's common procedure.
No, I Wookiee yell, and then my droid says, my master says no.
Angry statement. My master is in all, how do you say it? Is in the most emphatic of terms saying no. And
Do I
he's
have
just
to
like,
roll like intimidation or something?
do you want to, you just literally want to just be like, listen.
I want to scare him. Like, but not like in a mean, like I'm going to kill you way,
so
but
I think
like in a dude, don't mess with us way.
He'll press you just a little bit further, and then we can have you do something that's like, this is the check. But I think he basically says like, I don't mean to offend again your friend, please. And he's just like looks back at you like, please don't make me have to face the scary alien guy.
His boss.
Can I talk to you instead of this guy? Sort of look.
Oh, you mean me? I'm the scary guy.
Yeah. You have to understand, I would do the same for anyone.
I think that's exactly our point. You do the same for anyone. But my friend here isn't just anyone.
Yes, I can see that he is a very tall, very furry alien of some sort.
Okay, so I feel like maybe my character is more doing it like to tease this guy to like make him look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But that Connor's like, no, we're really not paying you, dude. Like, is that true?
I'm definitely like, I mean, we're definitely not going to pay
We're
for this.
Jedi. You don't treat us like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I like do like one of those scary Wookiee yells and show my teeth.
You just yell in his face.
Loud as possible.
Like in Monsters Incorporated.
Sully.
Yeah. Cool. That sounds like an intimidation check. Let's have you go ahead and roll that, Bianca. So you have a what in it? You don't have intimidation.
Is it in it? So I actually that was the thing I was thinking about. So my call-on trait, where are those?
Yeah, you have a call-in trait for it, but you don't actually have the skill. So
wouldn't that be part of like persuasion or something? I
mean, you don't have that either.
Oh,
your
can I just have scary?
Your social skill is interrogation. That's the social skill you have.
Oh, interrogation. I have to. Yeah. Man, I for some reason thought I had persuasion, or that's my bad. So what can I do?
One thing, actually, if you want to change that call-on trait to dreadful, that's actually a call. I think it costs the same, but it's actually a call-on for intimidation and interrogation.
But I'm not interrogating him.
No, right. I'm just saying for future reference. If you did want to change that, I'm fine with that.
Because then I can't use it, right?
So you can use it. So basically, it would be you're gonna fail the test, but when you do fail the test, you will be able to re-roll all your failed dice. Yeah. But
okay,
I'll go ahead
and
add that. Yeah. It's basically the same thing, but it gives you a little bit more to work with.
I mean, I guess I could interrogate him and scare him.
I mean,
you would question a Jedi.
Yeah, but like interrogation is the thing you'd use interrogation to do is get information out of people. You're not trying to get information out of this guy.
Man, I thought I could scare him.
I mean, you can. You'll just probably fail.
Yeah, but it's unrealistic. Can I just no? But I wouldn't grab him either. I was gonna say I'll just grab him.
Yeah, I think that's more the concept here is you can be an angry guy, but like you stick to the Jedi code, and so you're like not good at being intimidating in that way. People can kind of see through it because you don't want to be intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like
are you still doing it though? I feel like you probably are, right?
I think my character is naturally like ferocious, but my voice is cracked, but doesn't want to be, but just is like by nature. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna do it anyways.
Cool. Yeah, sounds good. So go ahead and add to your being learned there. Add intimidation. And we'll go ahead and start you learning it at the very least. Seems like something you can get. But
and then what do I do? Roll the dice.
And then it's also based on will. So if you want to change that from perception to will, And yeah, so go ahead and roll, click on the dice. I'll find the obstacle for you. Let's see. It'll be his will, which is 3. So it's not as difficult as it could be, actually.
Yikes.
Is that supposed to be Ob 6?
Yes, because it
so the
doubles
odd
automatically
doubles.
because it's
Okay.
on being learned. But if you did want to use your trait, you could reroll 2 dice, the 2 failed dice. But yeah, that's going to be very
I'm going
long
to change
shot.
it anyways.
Yeah, you did.
Right? It's both.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I just did.
Yeah, but
Yep.
No, I don't.
Question real quick, Caleb. Does the perception check that I made, does that carry over to, like, do I get a test for perception as well? Or is
No,
it just
so-
for the being learned skill?
Yes, so if you notice that stats actually don't have a thing for routine tests. So
Right.
if it's a routine, it's going to go on the skill you're being learned. If it's a difficult or challenging, then we'll go on the stat.
Okay.
So in
That's
this case, actually, you don't actually get a bubble towards learning intimidation, Bayaka. You just get a difficult test for your will, which will,
is
in
better,
theory,
though.
over time, make you better at intimidation because you're
Yeah.
better at will. But yeah, that's the primary way you get stat tests like that, is like being learned and more difficult being learned. So yeah, cool.
So how does this go down? And how does he react?
Bayaka
It's really
roars,
funny.
roars in his face. Yeah, but I think actually what happens is that's kind of snaps him back. I think Ren, you're starting to pick up. This guy was probably a Republic soldier at one point. That's like that. Those are the pieces you're starting to see here, and probably just like preternatural Jedi sense is kind of helping in this situation, right? Where it's just like, oh, okay, he responded to once he realized we were Jedi because he worked with Jedi before, and now he's gonna snap because he's like, listen, I'm a trooper, and he just like gets hard again, and he's just like, listen, I don't take lightly to being threatened in my own spaceport. I've asked nicely for you to submit to a routine cursory check of your person and a fee, a very small fee, for taking dangerous weapons into my town. I don't think that's too much to ask, Sir Jedi.
At least he said sir. No, I think I think Ren kind of like sees the situation as like, this just isn't how we as Jedi should act. Even when
your
we're
power
like,
around.
yeah.
If you don't want to be a Jedi, you hang out with me.
So I think he just says, Bianca, let's just do what he says, and just like takes off his robe. Or wait, no, he doesn't want to check us. He wants to charge us. I forgot.
That's the main thing, yeah.
So what are we doing for this then? Is this like a resources roll?
It's a resource roll, I think, yeah.
And if we fail,
you get taxed. Do you actually have each of you
I
have
have
one.
one in resources.
I have only one.
So you're gonna make an ob 1 resources test. And it'll be to pay this fee. If you fail, it's just like, oh crap, we don't have any money now, sort of thing, right?
Only had somebody who's good at hack thing. Only.
Yep.
For stats like resources,
Can we try to use the Force on him? We have, don't we have that ability to be like, you don't want to tax us?
If you have telepathy, then yeah. Which I don't actually know if either of you do.
I don't.
No, I have telekinesis.
You were War Jedi.
We can pick him up.
Yeah, you were War Jedi, so.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. So I think for putting like Fate and Persona into an attribute like resources, does it just normally gray shade like stat would with like?
Oh yeah, you can.
What is it like?
Epiphany and Aristea. Yep.
How many is that for Fate and Persona? I'm just wondering how realistic it is for me to try and put something into this.
You're right. Yeah, it really depends on if you're planning on rolling it all the time. I don't plan on rolling it all the time, so. I think it's on the character sheets actually. I think it shows you that. Let's find it. Yeah, here you go. Spending Artha. And Aristea, which is the.
Well, that's not bad.
Which is that's the temporary one. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. That's the temporary one. So that would be for a scene or a goal or whatever. And then the permanent one is 20 fate points, 10 persona points, and 3 deeds points.
Yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna roll.
Actually, probably this is let's do it this way. I don't think each of you need to roll. One of you rolls, and the other one helps that person. Right?
I'll help.
Oh, okay.
That's the better way of doing it. So you can add one for a help die.
Is that yeah, okay, that's it for
that first field.
Yep. For him then, does he get look at that. Does he get a difficult test then, or how does that?
Each of you get a routine, or actually, you're right. He gets a difficult test or a routine test up to him because it's a 1. It can count for either.
So both of us can have a difficulty routine.
No, yours is for sure routine because you had 2 dice. But the way it works is the person who's helping gets a test for their exponent against the obstacle of the test. So for him it's 1v1, for you it's 2v1. So I mean, the simplest way to do it, both of you mark routines. That's probably what you would want anyway. So
because the chances of him getting another routine test for a 1 resources is pretty low unless somebody else is helping him.
Exactly.
So
yep.
Be better to put it into routine.
Yep.
Good job, Bianca. You deserve it.
Yeah, there you go. You guys successfully pay, and this basically means like you're good enough at managing your money that you don't like like when he highballs you at first, you're like, it's not actually that much, is it? He's like, no, sorry, that's just what I have to tell everybody because then I take a little bit off the top, and yeah, that's how I make my money, it's that sort of thing. But eventually you get him down to the right price, and you pay it, and you still have money. You still have the ability to pay for more things in the future, right? You haven't overspent yourself or whatever. So yeah, short credits transaction happens, and he definitely seems like a little miffed, a little cowed. Just kind of generally unhappy with the way that encounter went, but he waves you into Anchorhead and you guys can continue on. So yeah, I think so since you don't have to make a circles roll to find a player character, this is basically as simple as Ren and Bianca ask around for a little bit and they show up at the cantina that Kalos is drunk at, right? Like that's basically how this goes. You don't actually need to make a roll to find him. Because that's what the entire game is about. It would be dumb if you failed that roll. So
we're not going to make a roll for that.
No, you don't need in the actual rules. You don't even need to. Player characters can always find other player characters without making a circles roll. So yeah.
Oh wow.
Unless there's like a situation where like he's locked in a castle and you have to like climb the parapets to get to him, but that's not a circles roll anyway.
Like Rapunzel, let down your hair, O Sith Lord.
Basically, the idea is you don't have to make a circles roll to find a player character.
Sure, yeah.
So you guys walk into like the one cantina in Anchorhead, and we see the stereotypical cantina setup. Yeah, exactly. I don't think there's probably not a lot of aliens in Anchorhead. I don't think. Maybe there's a couple, but like. Maybe a couple Duros or something. But mostly it's humans. And you see a couple like, maybe a Jawa in the corner and, a Twi'lek. There's probably like a hollow of a Twi'lek dancer playing off to the like corner. A couple men are watching while they drink. I don't think there's an actual band. Because it's just too small to worry about that sort of stuff. So there's just like some music playing over a speaker. But yeah, similar sort of cantina music. But other than that, like smoky, sort of low, dimly lit, and we see a couple people at the bar. The proverbial bartender washing out a cup, that sort of thing. And I think we see you guys enter, right? And so we see you guys enter, and we're still like, I think the shot is framed, so we're just like looking at you over the bar, and we can see that there's like some figure right next to the camera, but we haven't looked at them yet, and we're focusing on you guys walking in, and we aren't hearing any audio from you, but you like turn to like probably like a Duro, so like this green kind of bulbous headed alien next to you, and you like whisper something to him, and he nods and points. And then the camera zooms out a little bit and we see who's at the bar, and it's Kalos Khan. And Jerry, what does your character look like when he's sitting at this bar? Is he like totally drunk, or what's the situation here?
So based on the rule, whatever the attuned rule, do I know that there are Jedi walking in the building right now?
Technically speaking, yes. We're not necessarily trying to hide it.
Mm-hmm.
Or we know that we're after a force.
You do know that.
User.
You could make a roll to try to hide it, Ren, if that's what you would be doing.
I don't think that's necessary. It might be easier to. Well, is he trying to hide it? I guess.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but we already know he's there.
So should we just do like a what's it called?
So yeah,
meditation
the question
contest?
is, Kalos, are you trying to hide your force presence?
If I feel them, well,
I don't think
Yeah,
I don't think that matters in this situation because they're already being pointed to you. So even if you did do it, I don't think it would matter.
yeah, one of my beliefs is not being found. So I think
Does he know we're coming?
I was gonna say, like,
I don't
aren't
know
multiple people
specifically.
looking for him? I would assume that he would be difficult to find, or at least be trying to hide himself
Yeah.
in some form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
My only question is like I don't know if that's going to matter in the scene at all, right? For you to actually make a roll on it. We can even just say like, yes, Kalos is hiding his force presence, so you guys don't feel him in the force, but
we're there to find. We're there. To
you get directed
my
to
question
him.
was, did I sense that?
Yes, and Connor and Chad basically just said, yeah, we're not hiding.
Drunk.
Sure.
At the bar.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
You're pretending to be drunk.
He's a little buzzed. He just started, but he's like, oh, 2 Jedi. So he's hamming up the drunk hole, being a little more drunk than he is.
Makes sense.
So as we walk in, my Wookiee grumbles, and then my droid tells Connor, like, is this really the guy?
Question: is this really the man we are looking for?
Well, I understand him, don't I?
I don't know. I don't think so.
That would be so. There's a skill for this in the game. It's called linguistics. Do you have the skill linguistics?
Oh, that's so ball. No, I don't.
Yeah. So you typically don't understand anything but basic.
My entire Padawan training was done by translator.
So yeah, at any point, I mean, Connor, if you literally want to have like an arc about Ren learning the Wookiee language, you can make untrained linguistics tests if you want. But
yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Sure, yeah.
That's how you do it.
So maybe that's what it is. Maybe you guys have agreed to like
try to talk without the droid.
Yeah, try to talk without the droid when you're just with each other.
And then you're gonna say,
sure.
Roll the die, and he didn't understand you at all.
Yeah. So is it perception?
I think it is based on perception. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let me find it. Linguistics.
So I have a Star Wars lo-fi playlist playing while we're like really quietly, and as soon as we walked into the cantina lo-fi came on. Like
Very nice.
no joke.
That's awesome.
Pretty perfect.
Nice.
Let's
Lance, did
see.
you say me too?
Yeah, I definitely have some ambient
Nice.
Tatooine music in the background.
Nice.
Sweet. So it's perception, Caleb, or?
Yes, I'm looking right now to see what the ob is going to be here. Yeah, it's going to be an ob 4 linguistics test.
Goodness gracious.
You'll learn it.
Which means it won't be a linguistics, because it'll be a perception.
Right, yeah.
I can never learn it.
Basically, the way this like skill works is like you roll it to see if you know the language, right? So like this is us deciding right now whether or not Ren knows the language or not.
Oh.
And if there comes another situation where like you need to know what he's saying, like and there's like stakes behind it, then we can roll then as well.
And you said based obstacle is 4?
4, yeah, because it's a language of a species of dissimilar culture or strange physiology.
Oh.
I got a 1.
That actually wasn't. No, you're supposed to put a 4 in. Wait, did you just use perception?
Yeah.
Always do it in being learned because it won't double automatically. Then, because it should have been an 8.
Oh.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's what I figured. But okay, I see.
But you should put it in there anyway. Yeah, because it'll also accurately.
I just want to look at what that would be.
It will also accurately tell us what the test is.
Right. Yep. That's still routine.
It is, yeah.
Why?
Because it's based on the original ob, which is 6 versus 4.
Okay. So this would be put into linguistics then.
But yeah, so that's a routine on linguistics. Yep.
Okay.
So you are
That
on
sounds
your
good.
way to learning it, but in this moment, you just shake your head, and then the droid says, "Question: Is this really the man we're looking for?"
Yes, I can sense his. I can sense that the force is in him.
So we also just narratively said that you can't do that.
Oh wait,
We
what?
can't sense him.
You
Yeah,
can't sense
he's
him in the
hiding
Force.
it.
Oh,
hiding.
sorry. Okay,
But
and you
I
made a
am
roll for that.
wearing
I
a
see.
giant,
Basically what I was-
bulky suit of armor.
Yeah, basically what I was saying is like I don't think there are actual stakes to that role, so we don't need to say that there's like a chance of failure. He just is doing it.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So we can't tell that he's force sensitive, but we know who he is.
We know-
Yes,
yeah,
you've been
he
looks
directed by other people.
Right.
evil.
Okay, sorry, I missed that. Yeah. Okay, so I just say, I suppose so. He looks more like a soldier than a Sith.
And then I say, I've seen his type in cantinas before. That's
Can I roll linguistics?
it.
I guess you're probably listening across the bar. Yeah, you know what? Go ahead and roll a untrained linguistics, Callus, to see if you know the Wookiee language.
I'm not speaking in a different language.
I mean, but
Yeah, but
Bianca
then
is.
he heard me talking crap on him.
This is basically just
When-
does Kalos know the Wookiee language somehow?
Maybe he can teach Connor's character.
So yeah, put in being learned and then base up 4.
Is it even possible to beat an Ob 8?
It's
With
possible
fate,
with
yes.
fate if you get really lucky, but
Oh.
like if you rolled all
Only 2
6s,
successes. Yeah.
that's yours.
No, he didn't roll yet. Oh, 1.
That's it.
Oh,
Wait, he got advantages?
Why did I roll so?
Wait,
Well,
why did
I don't know what I did.
you put in 4
Oh, you
and
put a 4
advantages
in
as well?
advantage.
Yeah, I put
Yeah.
advantage 4.
And he
instead
still
of-
got a 1.
Still got a 1. That
I
one
will
was
just- I
actually
mean, it's still
possible.
mathematically impossible, but I'm just gonna re-roll and see what it actually is.
Bloop. I like this sound. Bloop.
There we go.
Oh, what?
Oh, that was much better.
Yeah, so that's a difficult on your perception and not a bubble towards
Routine.
linguistics. Linguistics.
How do
we
you
have the
get?
same.
So if it's a routine, you mark a bubble towards the skill. If it's
Oh,
difficult
it's
or
routine.
challenging, it goes on the stat.
Oh,
So
he
it's not
only
counting?
has.
He only
I
has
have
4.
perception.
Yep.
I see. Okay.
Yep.
And you went 6 will.
Well, I'm pretty sure we just built our Jedi, our people, the exact opposite.
That's
Yep.
funny. Yeah.
You put your 6 in agility, right? I put my 6 in power.
Yep.
Yep.
That's funny.
You put your other high one as speed, and I put my other high one as fort.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
funny.
We did that
Sounds about right.
completely on accident.
But it's good because we'll be working together.
Mhm,
And it'll
Yeah.
make for a much more interesting battle of the heroes when we eventually have to duke it out.
mhm.
So Callus, you can feel like you maybe understand something, but you second guess yourself.
And then my
I,
droid just says it, right?
Yeah,
You can't fork in.
and not in being learned.
Being learned.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. So his droid just says it. That's why I was kind of like,
No,
this
so-
isn't really a
no,
linguistics
it's just
test.
to
It's more like a
determine
prior perception.
The
or
first
something.
time someone hears Biaka speak, we can make a
Okay.
linguistics test to see if they
Before
know
the
Wookiee
droid.
language.
Can I? Is
Okay.
there a possibility for me to like speak? Can I make it so when I speak, the droid knows whether or not to translate it,
That's fine. Yep.
so that sometimes when I speak, I don't want anybody to know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and the droid knows like
Yeah.
he doesn't have the cue to.
When he's swearing,
Translate.
don't translate that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So are we just saying that Callus is just hearing everything we're saying then? Even though we're like
I mean,
talking
we're
about him
walking
and
towards
like
him, so maybe he can hear it.
So
Okay.
no. So what I was saying is basically that role was Kalos hears a Wookiee speak, and this is like, oh, does he know the Wookiee language? Now,
Right.
Kalos could try to listen in on your conversation from across the
Okay.
room, but that is actually a different test.
Okay,
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Because I was like, if he could understand the language, that means he's just hearing everything we're saying because
Yeah.
the droid is just saying everything after it anyway.
Yeah, that's just how the skill works. Is like it's like, do you know the language? And so it makes sense to like decide that for the characters as soon as they come across the Wookiee language. So
Okay, so it's up to you, Jared, if you want to make that roll. Otherwise, we're just going to approach you.
I already did the linguistics roll.
No, as to see if you hear what we're saying. as
yeah, do
we're
you actually want to make
approaching
a
you.
perception test to like
Oh,
actually
uh,
hear?
Sure.
Um, Yeah, just make a perception test. And
Base ob.
I guess actually it would be this. Put in being learned observation unless you have it.
Oh yeah.
And then
I put in a ton of being learned things just so I don't forget the skills I want to learn. So I don't have any tests in any of them yet.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's fine. Ren or Biaka, do either of you have inconspicuous?
No.
Think
As a skill, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I had access to it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, none
But
of us
no, I don't have it.
I don't think you did. Yeah. So probably let's see who has the lowest will of the two of you.
Wait, I have a question. How
I
come
have 4.
I have 6.
Biaka, what's your will?
4?
Okay, doesn't matter. One of you make an untrained inconspicuous roll against his observation test.
Okay.
Because normally it would be like who's the loudest, and then only that person needs to make the roll. But since you both have the exact same stat for it,
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
And we're
One of
not
you.
helping each other, or
No.
Okay, that's what I assumed. But
Yeah. Yeah.
And the base ob is whatever he rolls.
Yes. So it
So-
doesn't matter who
so-
rolls first.
So
One
what
of
should
you
I
can-
roll for the base ob?
You can
0?
just put it at 0. Yeah.
Okay.
You win.
Zero.
Technically, it's a tie, and you
No,
win.
I'm
then.
not trtrained either.
Yeah. That was a being learned. So it's the same.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
We're both untrained.
Okay.
Yep. So
and that means that's a routine.
So
or is that a routine
so it,
test
yeah,
for me?
both of you get bubbles towards the learning the skill.
Ooh, nice.
Turn learning the skill.
Mhm.
Inconspicuous.
Exactly.
Oh, and he zero observation. Okay.
So you guys are inconspicuous enough that he does not hear your conversation. But you did hear a Wookiee, and you're like, "Oh, what's that?" And then thought about it. No, I
And-
don't know the Wookiee language.
Inconspicuous as well, right?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. So we approach you then, Carlos, and I say, "Excuse me. I know you'd like to finish your drink, but my name is Ren Torin. This is you're a Jedi Knight right now, Biaka. Okay, so you're not. I'm not going to address you as my Padawan. This is Jedi Knight Biaka. We're here to take you into custody." And I say it loud enough so that the cantina like
Yeah, and we get
stops.
exactly. We get the hesitation, and everyone's like looks at each other.
So that
Why are
people
you
know,
telling
like,
him?
oh,
Why did you say it like that?
Because
Taking
we're
you into
Jedi?
custody. We're here to arrest you.
oh yeah,
Apparently, Ren wants that
I-
to be the case.
yeah. I want it. To
I thought
be
we were
like
there to
a-
save him.
Oh, you're right. No. We're not
I
just here to
mean,
save him.
both.
We're here to figure out. Yeah. So Ren just says
Your
we're here to
number
take you
one
into custody.
priority, your number one priority is to keep him out of the hands of the Sith. Other than that, it would be best if you could take him back to Coruscant.
So we know we know he's a dark side user.
Yeah.
We know that that's
Okay.
probably the case.
Yeah, then tell him that.
Yeah. I say we're here to take you into custody. There are some dangerous people after you. I would advise that you came with us. You have our word as Jedi that we will not harm you.
Or I kind of like tipsily like swivel on my chair and I like elbow the Duros next to me. I'm like, so a Jedi and a Wookiee walk into a bar. Oh wait, the joke doesn't make sense. You don't know what Wookiees are.
That's pretty good. Yeah, he just like gives you a look and mouths off something in Duros in whatever language Duros speak.
What are the being hunted is getting me arrested? That doesn't sound like it's against the law.
Okay, I want to do some sort of like force test here to basically like force him to use a dark side ability.
Whoa.
In
the bar?
Yes.
Okay, tell me your intent.
Can I just ask him to come with us first, nicely?
Yeah, we can do that first. That's fine.
I was just asking what my charges were. You're like,
Well, that was my point. Is like
He's like, do it, shoot lightning.
well, yeah, no, not like that.
Yeah.
I guess there really isn't a dark side power that's like on his fingertips, so to speak. Whereas like if I'd thrown something at him and he stopped it with the force is kind of what I was going for, but that's not a dark side ability.
Yeah.
So that's what I was gonna do is like
My
expose
phone
him as a
needs
Sith and then be
charging.
like, what else do you need?
So I say, how about you just come with us?
You just set down your data pad in front of him and just like back away. Like, what are you gonna do about it? It's dead.
You expose your neck. Oh, it'd be really bad if I were to have some constraint around my
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
is Tatooine at this point part of the Republic?
It is not.
Like,
No.
like this isn't part of the Republic. You have no authority here.
Jedi's authority isn't constrained to a specific planet. The Jedi are peacekeepers. The Force reaches to the ends of the galaxy.
So you have the power to arrest for no reason all across the galaxy. These people, I nudged the Duros. These people need me here.
Kalos would. Never mind. Go. Keep
What?
going. No, you're good. I was gonna ask
No.
if you make a linguistics roll to know whatever the language of Duros is, but he probably just knows basic, so doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It also doesn't matter because it doesn't sound like he's having a conversation with
Yeah,
him.
he's just
Yeah.
saying random things to the dude.
So I think it'd be funnier if he didn't know Duros,
Yeah,
but the Duros didn't understand them, but they're just like drunk talking.
I don't know. I'm hired to protect these miners. Usually from other
Again,
miners.
I thought minors. Yeah, I was like, wait, what? These are children? I forgot.
No, the miners. Can
They're all still alive.
Can I just ask him like, what are you really doing here? And roll for that?
Oh, you want to try to interrogate him?
Yeah.
So you
Yes.
you
Like
you,
good cop, bad cop.
you say the thing, right? And then HK12.
You know what we forgot?
What?
The same thing we always forget. Aura of fear.
Oh.
You have aura of fear.
Yeah, dude.
Though
What does that mean?
we did just say, Kalos, that you were hiding your force presence, which I think also counts aura of fear.
Okay.
Yeah.
The second I take that off, though, I'll have to roll.
Yeah. Mhm.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like I like being able to hide that, so not every single time anyone sees me, we have to roll.
Yeah. They just run away screaming. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're rolling interrogate.
Well, so I was going to say,
Yes.
so Bianca, you say that, and then your droid says, like, what's there? What did you actually want to say?
I ask him, what are you really doing here?
Right. So you hear Kalos, inquiry. My master is wondering what you're really doing on this backwater planet.
Do you really say all that with just a
That's
Wookiee
awesome.
is a very advanced language.
I need
Don't insult my master. My droid says that. What do I roll?
Well, so I don't know if...
Are you going to tell me what you're really doing there, or do I have to get it out of you?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
guess
I'm
that would
not-
be the question.
I mean, I'm not gonna just say I'm a Sith secretly hiding out.
Okay, well, I'm asking.
So let's back up just a second here, because I'm just making sure, like, I don't know if just asking that is enough to, like, warrant a interrogation role, because, like, there's, like, an art to it, right? Like, this would have to be, like, a longer process of... So at the very least, Bianca, tell me, what's your strategy here? What are you going to attempt to do beyond just asking him one question to actually get this information out of him? Are you guys just going to keep the bad cop, good cop routine going and try to, like, fish it out of him eventually? Is that
I don't
what's
know.
happening?
I'm just tired of him already playing games.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about interrogation, though, is, like, it's a longer thing than just, like, asking one question. So it really just
if you were
depends
just
on...
trying to like just say something like that statement would have been like intimidation.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Or if you framed it slightly differently, it'd be like a persuasion, like, hey, tell us what you need to know and we can make it worth your while. But interrogation is more like you sit someone down and you grill them with questions until they crack. which could be what's happening here, but I just have to
no,
know.
we're in the middle of the bar.
Right.
You think I'm drunk, so you could use some like verbal gymnastics to try and get me to say something that I normally wouldn't.
Just throw the cup at him.
It sounds like Bianca does not have the patience for interrogation right now.
Throw a cup.
Not in the middle of the bar. I want to take him outside, but
fair.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
I nudge the Duros and I feel like they're gonna take me out back.
Yeah, so I think while this has been happening, several of the like people in the bar have just been like, watching and then starting to get a little disgruntled. And I think one of them finally like stands up and just says, "No Jedi has jurisdiction here. That's a good man who's done good work for the mining guilds in the past. You can't just come in here and take him away."
I'll let Connor talk.
I turned to him and said, "You want to go toe to toe with a Jedi Knight and a Jedi Master?"
And by the time
questioning the authority of the Jedi Council,
by the time you finish that question, all the miners in the room are standing up with their hands next to their pistols. There can be. Yeah, go ahead.
Go on. I say it's just like the Jedi to go throwing around their power all willy nilly. What's the difference in them and the Sith at this point?
And so all the miners are like looking at you like, make a move. And so you can say something else to actually try to like convince them not to do it. But right now we're like at the point where like something could happen to like start a fight here. But you guys can make a roll of some sort. Either, say something or take an action to stop the conflict before it happens. Up to you guys.
But before you say anything, like this is like already super like poetic to like the first like dark Jedi encounter, because it was literally just the dark Jedi split off because they didn't agree and they wanted to live their own lives. But the Jedi like went and started something and like hunt them down. This is already fantastic. I love it. you little instigators.
So can I just start talking, even though all they're they're all trying to kill us?
Yeah, I mean, let's talk out of character for right now. I just want to get a feel for like what is your tactic going to be, and I feel like this is where we make a roll, even if we play out a little bit after the roll. But let's take a look at your skills and like see.
I imagine I start telling them like, hey, the Jedi, we're not here to hurt anyone. We're not here to cause any problems. We're Jedi. We're peacekeepers. We have no quarrel with you. We are only here because the man, I know his name, Kalos, is in danger, and we need him to come with us, or else your guys' one source of protection is going to be gone too.
And HK12 says all of that, but precedes it with clarification.
Yes.
So that sounds like a persuasion test to me.
None of you guys have talking skills.
No.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Neither of you took a talking skill.
We went for military.
Yeah, they're both military guys.
Basically, I could just fight them, right? I could fight them.
This is the thing. I think like it makes sense to like let's try talking first. It's gonna fail, and then you guys will fight. It's fine.
We gotta get the
so
test.
I add that to being learned.
Yeah.
It's a persuasion.
Yep, and it's based on will.
I can't fork in anything because it's being learned.
Exactly. Yep.
So I can't fork in like Jedi doctrine.
No. I mean, I don't think these guys would care about Jedi doctrine anyway.
Yeah, but I would know enough to be like, look, like we're not here to hurt you. We're nice.
Polite. Right, but Jedi doctrine would only matter to people who know about Jedi doctrine and feel bound by Jedi doctrine, which none of these people are. So,
anyways, what's the ob?
Information about it?
I think this ob is going to be 3.
Is it perception?
It's based on will.
Will.
Base op 3.
One.
Ooh, yikes. That was not a very good roll either. Well, you can mark that difficult test on your will. I think you've already gotten 2 on those that, right? You're already on your way. So you say that, and the droid like says it, clarification. My master wants to assure you that The only thing we are trying to do here is keep this man safe from bad people who are trying to hunt him down. Now, if I had my awesome capabilities that I had before this Wookiee stripped the part of my memory core that allowed me to exterminate meat bags, then we wouldn't have this problem at all because I would have already killed all of you. But
Ren just like sighs and like pulls out his lightsaber.
I'm trying so hard to keep up my act and just not burst out laughing.
But yeah, I think that's why it fails, Biaka, is like your droid just like starts ranting about the fact that he could have killed all of you.
So right after he finishes saying that, I grab him with my big old Wookiee paw and like throw him on the ground.
Yeah. Just shove him out of the way, yeah.
And pull out my lightsaber.
Okay, sounds good. So,
like in defense, getting ready to
This
fight.
is the question. I assume you guys don't want to like just murder everyone in this bar right now, right?
Oh, not at all.
We would have to defend ourselves and flee.
So my question is, are you even bringing out lightsabers? Because
I would.
So my thought here was, could I make a telekinesis roll to just like force push everybody down?
Right, just to like immediately stop it by just like restraining everyone with the force. Yeah, I think so.
Just do like a little Galen Merrick, just kind of like force bubble pop.
Yeah, sure. Well, if you did that, then they all disintegrate.
Can I roll a telekinesis to contain that?
To like resist it?
You want them to kill us? Is that actually what you want?
You came here to arrest me.
But you know why we're here. Doesn't he know why we're actually there?
No, you didn't say. You just said people are hunting me and we're taking you to. We're arresting you.
Yeah, isn't that everything you know?
You gave me no information.
Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense because none of you have talking skills.
Yeah,
but
yeah, that too.
So yeah, I mean, Kalos, are you literally trying to like resist that and like make it not happen?
Yeah, and as also like just not like affect any of the other people.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think literally this is just opposed telekinesis rolls between Ren and Kalos, right?
And I have my lightsaber out.
Yes.
For the record.
So Caleb, how does hatred work?
Yeah, let's take a look. So while I'm taking a look for this, let's actually do this. So Nibbit Knee, you've been in the corner of this cantina the entire time, right? Would you like to just first describe yourself and then give us a little bit of a breakdown of what you've been doing while this has all been happening? Like, what's been your response to the situation?
Nibbit Knee has just been very short, very average looking, barely 3 feet tall Jawa, and just the classic brown robes, glowing eyes. Well, looks like glowing eyes. And Nibbit has been in the corner, and he has been he sat specifically in the corner where there's a vending machine, and he's been offhandedly working on the mechanics in the back to be able to get some free trying to make it dispense the money that's been put into it already.
Oh, right, yeah. Sweet, yeah, no, I mean, that sounds like a roll already. I'm curious if you could literally get some money out of it if you succeed. That seems that seems like a jury rigging roll, which you don't actually have the skill of. You chose not to take it, but I think that's what this is.
Vendor-wise,
it's a vending machine.
Yeah.
So a wise is like knowing about stuff. Just because you know about it doesn't mean you're able to actually
wise.
Yeah. Component. I mean, again, both of those would be helpful if you had the skill, right? But you don't actually have the skill. So while you may know about components, you don't actually know how to jury rig.
Yeah. Scavenging is the only other thing I can think of. So
yeah. So let's have you make a bean learn jury rigging. I feel like that's one you'll want to get eventually anyway.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like you'll be able to get away with this either way because there's about to be a fight in this cantina. So it's not like people are going to get mad at you for failing this. So yeah, go ahead.
Do link tests again for an unlearned skill.
Yes. You know what? Let's do that. Let's start with that. So, let's have you do this. So, Lance, go ahead and go to component wise. Click on the die there. And okay, there's one of two ways we can do this. So, link tests are basically if you can't fork into something, if it's like something that, in this situation is because it's being learned, so you can't automatically fork, but you could still, maybe they could help you. Other situations could be like, it's not quite enough for a fork, but it could help if you got a successful test. Then we roll what's called a link test, which is basically I set an obstacle. If you fail to reach that obstacle on that, then you get a +1 obstacle to the actual test you're trying to go for. If you get right on the obstacle, nothing bad happens, but you don't get any extra dice. If you get over the obstacle, then you get an extra die. So we have one of two options here. Either you can roll both component-wise and vendor-wise. And I think I want to make them OB1 tests for each of them. Or you can roll just one of them and fork the other one in. So it depends on the risk you want to take. Do you want to get one die, like a better chance of getting one die, or a moderate chance of getting 2 dice? You can ask the OB
first as well.
Well, yeah, I already said one for each of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If I went with the one with more risk, that means I would get both of them to get some.
You have the chance of getting 2 dice, but you also have more of a chance of not getting any dice or getting an increased obstacle.
I feel like he's the type to just go for it, do the risky thing.
Yeah, sounds good. So go ahead and click on component-wise, the little D6 next to component-wise, and just click through all the fields except for base obstacle and just set that at 1.
Base obstacle 1?
Yep. And then submit.
Here we go.
Nice.
There you go. Okay, so it doesn't give you anything extra, but it didn't hurt anything, right? And then just go ahead and do the same thing for vendor-wise.
And 1, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
yikes. So one option you do also have is you can spend a fate to reroll 1 failed dice. So if you want to save the failure here, you can try to reroll a dice, and there's like a 50-50 chance. But I would, if it was up to me, I would, on something more important. You're probably going to fail the jury rigging anyway, so it's not like it's going to matter that much. But yeah.
So do I go to being learned?
Yeah, go to being learned, press the add button there. Yep. Jury rigging is the skill.
In there already? Like, am I spelling it wrong?
It is spelled like that.
I just expected it to immediately pop up like other places.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so sorry. The way this is.
I put it in the wrong spot.
Yes, but I can. Yeah, it's all good. It's the button below that.
Looks the same.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. And then I will go ahead and put what it's actually based on here. So it's will and agility. Actually, let's switch those because you're better at agility. So the way this works is you're going to click on that D6 for jury rigging.
Okay.
I think. I think it's going to be an OB2 jury rigging test. So you'll put in OB2, and then it should give you another field to be increased complications or whatever, and then you put a 1 on that.
Okay. Base obstacle 2.
There should be another field after that that gives you an option to put in a 1.
Okay. Nope. To no one's surprise.
And the way that the reason why it gave you 2 different things there, as opposed to it doesn't do that for the other stuff, is for being learned. The obstacle doubles before additional obstacles get added. So you double, and then the other stuff gets the additional complications don't get doubled along with the situation. So it's an OB5 instead of an OB4. But I mean, honestly, a 2 against a 5 wasn't too bad. One thing to note here is if you did really care about this money, you do have a call on trait called Nimble, which allows you to reroll all failed dice on an agility test. once per session. This counts as an agility test. So
I'll do it.
Do you want to do it?
I
Okay.
should do.
Sounds good.
Same numbers.
It is, so what you'll do is
Roll 2d6.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of an easier way to do this. Yeah, here. I'm gonna paste this like macro in there.
There's also a little toolbar on the side that's a 20.
Yeah, but
dice
this
that has a
if
big
he
menu.
does it this way, then it automatically tells you the successes. So copy paste that without the period at the beginning. And it'll roll 2 dice for you and then tell you what the successes are. Is the way that works.
And we're getting into coding.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Yikes. That was so bad. Okay, well, you can mark a difficult test on your agility then.
Up at the very top, right?
Yep, very top right.
Okay.
Does
Yeah.
he at least get a pack of beef jerky like falls out or something? You gotta give him something.
Well, I think
so much.
what happened is like a pack of rations or whatever starts to come out and then obviously gets stuck, right? And he's shaking the machine and just not doing anything.
The whole time while you guys are arguing and everyone's in a standstill, he's just like he's trying to claw his hand up through the bottom.
Yeah, perfect. Yep. So you fail to jury rig, but you're on your way to being better at jury rigging. So that's happening in the background. So Kalos, the thing with hatred is it says, here we go. Where is it? Path of Power says, when a Sith tests a stat or skill in order to acquire or keep something that increases their influence or power, which I think this counts because like yourself is something that increases to keep your influence and power. You may spend a persona point to tap your hatred. Doing so allows them to add any number of dice from your hatred exponent to the relevant ability. Invoking hatred this way logs a test toward hatred, the obstacle being equal to the dice tapped. So, yep.
Probably not gonna do that. But
Yeah,
I need to save that for
more important stuff. Yeah.
telekinesis
Yes.
off. Let's go, baby.
So, one thing I just remembered. When you use a force power, you have to spend Artha on it, because of the way that this game works. Because Artha is the force in this game. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and let's bump everybody's starting fate up to 3 instead of 1. So you have a little bit more to work with. So you're not forced to just immediately spend your 1 fate and then not have it. Yeah, exactly. So you can start with 3. But yeah, you'll have to, no matter what, you'll have to spend a fate. Kalos and Ren when you do this. Yeah, you can go ahead and make your rolls. One of you do it first, and then we'll. I would think Bianca, you have telekinesis, right, Bianca? You're muted.
Muted. I was going to say, yeah, and Connor's a Jedi Master, so he should win this.
Well, it depends on how.
I'm a Dark Lord of the Sith.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you're not.
He is. He literally took the life path, Dark Lord of the Sith. Yeah.
Yeah, the Sith are chasing him.
My question is, Bianca,
that doesn't make sense.
Do you help Ren?
Yes, of course.
So you can add your telekinesis dice, basically.
And what did you decide for Fate and Persona?
Everybody has 3 Fate and 1 Persona to start with.
3 Fate, okay.
Yeah. But because when you in this game, in this Star Wars hack, you have to spend a point of Artha every time you do a force power. Because Artha is the force in this game. So you'll automatically have to spend it.
Which is Fate, right?
Which is Fate or Persona or Deeds. One of those has to be spent. Which typically would be Fate.
Does it?
And so the automatic effect, you're automatically open-ended, right?
Right.
The automatic
so
effect will be
a fate.
One of the failed dice will get to reroll. Is the
okay? So
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering. So if I spent a persona point,
it would still do its
7
effect.
dice. Okay.
Yeah.
Would me, doing my force thing, would that release my aura of fear?
Probably. Yeah.
Does that do anything to Connor's roll?
Let's do it simpler, and I'll give you an advantage die for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody go ahead and get your die pool together, and then one of you can roll without an ob, and then the other one will roll against that ob.
You going first, Connor?
What
You'd
does
like-
he add for my dice?
You just add a 1 to it.
You'd like that, wouldn't you, Jared?
Jared's gonna lose. I feel it in the force.
I definitely think we should roll at the same time.
Okay. Force wise, that's a
Yep,
fork,
it's a
right?
fork. Yep.
Is Sith doctrine something I could fork into that?
No,
Because I'm pouring my anger
not
into
automatically.
it.
No.
Meditation.
If you did it beforehand, I think, unless
So it could be a linked test, but it's not a fork.
that's what I would say. Let me look at the entry for telekinesis because it might actually show. It doesn't look like it has suggested forks listed. So yeah, I would say like you could make a meditation roll in advance to like center yourself to get more dice, but not automatically.
Okay, I think that's
They're soldiers, so I get soldier wise, right?
They aren't. Well,
Yeah, they have the soldier life path. They're soldier Jedi.
they are in the military.
I know how a Jedi soldier would fight.
I guess. Yeah. Go ahead.
well. Then we get it on him as well. Then I get it on him as well.
What is your do you have did you have soldier wise?
Yeah, I have soldier wise.
Oh yeah,
he's in the military
yes,
life
because
path.
Kalos
Yeah.
was a Dark Lord of the Sith, which is in the military life setting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's force tremor?
Can I fork in tactics since
No
they're
tactics.
all like
If you were actually doing a bloody versus right now, if there was actually a fight happening, then yes, but not just one action
Okay.
happening.
Can I fork
So-
in strategy?
No, that's
So
even
based
worse.
based on my skills, I should have approached this whole situation differently.
Probably.
Because I have like skirmish
That's actually
tactics.
very
Like we
fun.
could have
Yeah.
set up a whole like
Yeah. It's all good.
I
Like,
was playing it like I was in my last Burning Wheel game. Like, oh, I'll just talk my way through. the whole game.
yeah. Yep.
What would a linked test Sith doctrine be?
I don't think you could make a link test for Sith Doctrine in
Okay.
this situation, no.
Gotcha.
But you can do Force Tremors wise because I mean, literally, this is a tremor
Oh.
using the
Wait,
Force.
really?
Like
What?
obviously,
No,
it
I
has.
don't-
So
as well, then.
this is the thing about wises; they can be interpreted multiple ways, right? So obviously, it means I feel a disturbance in the Force, but also shooting a wave of Force energy out is a tremor in the Force for sure. So
Okay,
thought
I'm
Force
definitely going to
Tremors
fork in
wise
two-fisted
was
fighting then, because I'm going to use
Being
both
able
of
to
my hands.
interpret
it's both.
those disturbances.
It's however we can interpret the wise to mean.
So can I fork in all my stuff
No,
to
you
my
only,
bonus dice?
no, because for help you just offer one die.
Wouldn't it be better to roll separately and just do my own as well?
No, because there's not really a point to doing this separately. There's only one action happening.
Yeah, but what if Connor loses and I win the dice?
Yeah, it's just
Then we win.
We're keeping it more simple. That's the way that the
I just want to win.
to. I know.
So I'm going to fork in transference as well because I'm transferring my
What
force.
is
Transference is a
transference?
healing thing.
Too bad.
Are you healing me, Connor?
Absolutely not, Connor.
Nope.
No, he's healing the people.
Is this considered a contested sector?
Connor.
This is Tatooine is considered a contested
Okay,
sector,
no,
isn't it?
but
Yeah.
it doesn't help you on this roll. But just to give one more example about like the wise stuff, like Nibbit, for example, like he has vendor wise, but in theory, what that means is an actual person who's selling you stuff. But a vending machine, we can interpret it to mean, yeah, that's also a vendor, right?
That's just funny enough.
Yeah.
And I can't fork in contested sector wise for
No.
that. But this cantina is literally a contested sector as of right now.
Doesn't say how big the sector has to be.
We're
You know,
forking in force tremors wise, but
I
not
think you know what?
contested
Actually,
sector.
the more I think about it, I think that works because like the reason you got contested sector is because you were in exact situations like this on a
Yes.
backwater planet. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Perfect. Okay.
All right.
thank you.
I'm forking in intimidation because I'm trying to scare them.
No.
But the actual action that's happening is you're resisting his force wave. You can't intimidate in that.
I want
situation.
to just incinerate everything like that's within the bubble.
No.
Come on. He gets
You already-
contested
Sharon.
sector-wise for a bar brawl.
You already gave your intent, and it
Mm.
was to resist the wave. It wasn't to do
I
anything
see.
else. So
Nice.
And also,
like countering it, right?
Can I specify my intent as well? As I want to end the fight, right?
Yeah,
I
you were
like
just
force push everybody down.
everyone.
And like,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
yeah.
Right.
I wanted to make sure you weren't going to be like everybody dies.
No.
So
I'm not going to pull a
Caleb,
Cantarius
bodies are
again on
shattered.
you.
if contestant sector wise gets it, Sith doctrine wise should.
You don't have
It's
Sith
not
doctrine.
wise. It's not
I
a
have Sith
wise.
doctrine.
It's not a wise though.
Yeah, I don't think Sith doctrine wise. If you even had that,
It's not a wise. It's Sith
right.
doctrine.
Neither of them are going to help in this situation.
Mhm.
Just resisting a force wave doesn't have Sith doctrine as a.
It'd be like if you were using
I'm not
lightning.
I'm not letting Ren fork in Jedi doctrine.
Yeah, you should,
No.
because I also have that.
No.
All right, Jared, you ready to roll?
Yep. Should have hatred.
Make sure you get your extra die for me.
Yes. Yeah, it's in there.
All right.
All right.
Are we
3,
good on the count of
I hope
three?
we roll like an
2,
80.
1.
Ooh.
Holy cow.
No.
So both of you
That's
go
right.
ahead and do this /R space 1d6 greater than 4.
What?
Actually, no.
/R.
Just this is actually the simpler way to
It
do it.
automatically opens.
No. But each of you have to spend a fate in it, and that rerolls one failed dice.
Oh, okay.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
/R 1d6. What?
Greater than 4, and then you can then add an exclamation point to the end of that, and then it'll open ended again.
Than 4.
So yeah, nothing else. Nothing else.
Yep. Okay.
No extra successes there. But yep, Ren, you successfully do this. So I mean, it kind of counts Kalos too, right? Because you were just like restrain everyone. Like, so I think what
Okay,
happens
They
is
all go flying, right?
no, I think wasn't it like basically just like push everyone down, just like restrain them all.
Yes. Well, I mean, in theory, in my head, I was like going to push them all up against the wall. Right?
Oh yeah, that works too. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So everyone just like
So my face just goes straight into the vending.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we get a shot from inside the vending machine, and we just see the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And well, I kind of just do they have to roll a steel check now?
I don't.
So I mean, it doesn't matter because they're all restrained anyway, so it wouldn't matter.
Oh, those two.
Oh, those two. I mean, again, I don't think it matters because he has you
Mhm.
restrained. Even if he hesitates for a second, it's not going to actually do anything more.
I can roll a power check to get out. Of
I-
it.
Yes,
that
but
one
we'll.
No,
second
you got
hesitation.
pushed.
So what
Mhm.
happens is everyone gets pushed up against the wall. Kalos, you just like I think get like pressed up against the bar, right? And then Ren, you have a moment to like say things and do whatever. You know, you've restrained everybody. And you have it like held. You felt Kalos resist you, so now you know like okay, he is the guy we're looking for sure.
Yep.
Typical
Okay. So
Jedi abusing. I dropped the drum cack. I'm like typical
Yeah.
Jedi.
Can he even
abusing
talk?
their power to get what they want.
Sure, that's
I mean, he didn't
Okay.
say to restrain our mouths.
yeah, Ren just says, I guess we don't know your name, so
You do.
oh, we do.
But you might even know me. We were in like the same life path.
Do you want to establish that?
Yeah, up to you guys.
I mean, it's up to you. I don't really care.
We could have a moment of like,
What Padawan life
oh,
path
I
did you guys
remember
get?
you in this.
Kalos,
We
did
both
you get
did,
military?
military.
Mine's
Okay,
military
yeah.
too.
So we could have been like, we both fought on
Yeah, we probably
such
passed
and such
a
each
planet.
other.
Yeah. So I say, Kalos, you turned to the dark side, didn't you? You're a Sith now.
I mean, I don't know if I'd say that. I'm not, conquesting the galaxy, or I'm just living on a backwater planet, trying to live a life. But
That's just what a Sith would say. No, I'm just kidding. I don't say
I was
that.
about to say, like,
um,
history just loves to repeat itself. But go on.
You know information that the Sith are after, and it is vital that the Sith don't get this information from you. So you, Kalos, are coming with us. You will stand trial before the Jedi Council for your crimes against the Republic.
I have
As a Sith.
crime. Oh,
What crimes did he commit?
I mean, he
I
went to
don't know.
Korriban. That's the crime.
That's off limits.
Yes.
That's literally a restricted area. We like
Is it the
took
Jedi?
off the
Did the
charts.
Republic restrict it, or did the Jedi
Both.
restrict it?
Both.
Together. Can I interject and just say, the Sith could be here any minute. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. And so
I say that.
HK12 says,
Interjection.
exasperated interjection. My master wants to inform you that the Sith could arrive at any moment, so we should speed things along.
Kalos,
I stroke
will you come willingly, or will I have to force you? Not force you, or will I have to drag your body?
So many force puns.
Captured by the Jedi or captured by the Sith? Both equally terrifying and not good for me. How about I just go to a different backwater planet and hide, and you leave me alone?
No deal. And I like force pull him like to the ground and just like along with us as we leave.
Is that just a thing you could do forever? Just force pull me?
No,
forever?
I don't think it's a thing you could do forever. But so let's remember we're back out of character stuff.
Intents have changed.
Yes, let's back out of character stuff for just a moment. We got to keep in mind that it doesn't, like, some of this can be not rolled for because there's like a certain sequence we're setting up here. I think it would be okay if we see Kalos be like dragged by the Force bodily out of the cantina, because what you see when you get out is like, if you're fine with that, Jared, like this won't last too super long, but we get to that point at least, right? And so we see, I think the miners like all like like fall down as soon as you leave the cantina. Yeah, and you probably, I mean, Nivit, you probably are like grab your hand out, and then you're just like, wait a second, they had lightsabers. And so like maybe we see Nivit start to like scurry towards the door or something, but we cut back out to you guys, and you're starting to like head back to the spaceport. You're just like, okay, well, let's get out of here. And then we hear HK12 say, query, does anyone notice with your meatbag eyes that speck in the distance? And he like nods up towards the sky, and you see a starship start to like descend rapidly. And then we see something drop from the starship, and just explosion rips through Anchorhead as it drops directly on a bomb drops directly on the spaceport and just like engulfs everything in a fireball. And so the ship is just gone. The spaceport is in a wreck. And then you see it's like, I think it would probably have to be like I don't think like they have Sith ships or anything like that, right? Like they would be using stolen Republic stuff or just like non-Republic ships.
But this has to be like a huge ship.
It's not a huge ship. It's like a strike fighter
like a
sort of a thing
or something.
No, it's like a strike fighter, sort of like two-man thing. And so I am trying to think of it's probably like a Republic vessel, right? It's probably like a Republic vessel with the serial numbers filed off. So it's obviously like stolen and repurposed for the Dark Brotherhood of the Sith's army. But this bomber like then zooms over this, like drops the bomb and then zooms away like in an arc. And then you see like another ship starting to land on the outskirts of town. And that's like the more frigate-sized one. And you can see, okay, the Sith have arrived. Like, it's happening right now. So what do you do?
Sith have returned.
I just look to Connor. You dunce, you led them here.
Yeah, he doesn't respond to that. He just pulls out his lightsaber and ignites it. And the blade is so like heated, and it has such a strong crystal that the saber itself like is what's the word?
Vibrating.
Yes.
Shaking, tremoring.
It looks like like the saber itself looks more like a fire than it does a blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to
And
let
it's
me
yellow,
down,
right?
buddy?
Yeah, it's a yellow saber.
Ooh. Sentinel, that's perfect. That's why they chose you.
What were you saying, Callus?
Oh, I said, ooh, Sentinel. That's why they chose you for this.
Oh, I thought that was just you as Jared saying that. Okay,
No.
yeah.
Ren is basically just ignoring you at this point, and is just like, Bianca, any ideas?
So basically, you see this ship, like there's like a couple of strike fighters, like kind of like circling around the town now, and then a larger like transport ship has dropped right in the outskirts of town, and you can see the ramp starting to come down, and there's obviously going to be Sith pouring out of it, sort of a thing.
Oh, okay. I'm like, actually, let's take that transport ship. And I guess I'll turn to Kalos and be like, you said earlier you wanted to decide which one you'd be captured by. Do you think the Sith are willing to capture you or kill you?
And then I say, they're definitely going to torture you.
I mean, you don't know I'm not into that, but...
Agreement. The Sith are definitely going to torture you. I wish I could do so.
You think the Jedi are below that? Do you have a lot to learn about your own order? Let's go.
Well, you didn't really answer the question.
Yeah, I said let's go.
He's coming with us.
I feel like what you just said made me not want to trust you and like not let telekinesis go.
I think he's coming with us.
Yeah, let's go as in I'm coming with you, not like let's fight. Because if we fought now, we just injure each other, and whichever one was left standing would have to deal with the Sith, and that's not a good
time. Yeah. Okay. I guess he's like. I guess he puts out his hand and he says, "Can I trust you?"
To me?
Yeah.
No. Are you dumb?
For now.
I just shake.
We need to work together on this. Can I trust you not to stab us in the back?
You can trust me to kill the Sith in front.
And then I say, you have my word that you will not be harmed by the Jedi.
Yeah. So
what rank are you?
We hear.
It doesn't matter. I'm a knight.
We hear HK12 say, "Unfortunate statement. My master has informed me to let you know that we will not be harming you. We would like you to come peacefully and quietly, but we are not planning any torture."
Wait a minute. Are you an HK unit?
I don't think you know anything about HK units. So the only HK units that are in existence right now are, you can make a droid wise to know more, or an HK wise.
I mean, yeah, no, yeah, I'll do a droid wise. Yeah, may as well.
Yeah, make a droid wise test. It's
going to corrupt
perception.
My droid.
Yeah, it's based on perception. It's going to be an OB4 droid wise test, so you're not going to make this because it's being learned. But
I've
yeah, that's true.
Succeeded. Based off the 4 you said?
Yep.
Oh.
Never mind. Nothing I said happened.
Mark a difficult on a perception. Yeah, so I mean, in canon, the only and when I say in canon, I'm always going to mean our canon, not just like Star Wars canon or anything. There was.
Are you saying that Nibbit isn't a canon character canonical to Star Wars?
I don't think so, unfortunately. Yeah. HK01 is the first HK unit, and it was like one prototype, and he led a droid rebellion on Coruscant like 100 years ago, or some amount of hundreds of years ago at this point. And then the only other HK unit is like HK24, I think, that happens. So HK12, we're just saying like we're in between stuff right now. And so someone tried to revive the prototype, made a couple of HK12 units to do some assassination stuff. Biyaka had stopped their operation and kept one of them, ripped out his assassination protocols, and made him a protocol droid. So
I will say I like you, though, for the droid. The unfortunate statement.
Yep. Yeah, he looks at you and He says, query. Are the Sith in the habit of restoring assassination droids to their proper protocols?
HK, shut up.
They can be persuaded.
My master has informed me that I have to shut up now.
I must quit talking.
I'm sorry, the Jedi have enslaved you, so
he's talking on the
so
droid.
That's happening.
And
you guys are preparing.
Talk to Connor about what our plan is?
Yeah.
So he said, let's go steal the
transport ship.
Transport ship.
Yep.
Bianca considers that for a moment and says, our ship is destroyed. We don't know anybody here. We don't have any money. Let's go steal the transport ship.
Okay. Ren nods to you, but then also just turns to Kalos again and says, I also have qualms with the Jedi Order. Believe me when I tell you, as a Jedi Master, they will do you no harm unless they first come through me. Does that win at least a little bit of trust?
I've had a master promise that same thing, and it didn't turn out well, but for now we can work together.
I guess, yeah, he like lets you go ahead, and then he like whispers to Bianca, don't turn your back to him.
I literally have an instinct.
Isn't that my instinct? I don't trust this fool.
I'm picturing this like you all are like about to like go run at the transport ship. Everybody's just ignited their lightsabers. Lance, is this the point where Nibbit just like walks up? No.
No.
Yeah,
no. He's just at the cantina, just peeking his head out of the door and is just watching. He's just observing for now.
Okay, so my thought was like it would be hilarious if like they're all just standing there like about to run. They all have their lightsabers ignited, and you just walk up and you just like turn yours on.
Sure, you could do that.
No. Totally up to you. That was just like the funny image in my head. But yeah, totally up to you.
I think he would be waiting still.
Mm-hmm. Yep, totally fine.
This has all been like 30 seconds.
Yeah. Cool.
He's not going to immediately risk his life for
yeah.
some randos.
We'll watch and see what happens. You're going to take some notes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So, Lance, at any point you want to tell me what Nibbit is doing during this, feel free.
He is just sitting or standing there and trying to comprehend everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Try to figure out the situation.
Cool.
He's probably freaking out about the Force, right? Like, what just happened?
Yeah. You're not wrong. Because he can't do any of that kind of cool stuff. He's just like Force sensitive, basically, is all he is right now.
Yeah, you have meditation stuff, but that's as far as it goes.
Yeah. So did he feel something when we used the Force in there? Like, but more than the people did.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He noticed,
Sure.
something special, or
so at any point during this you want to tell me like Nibbit is going to try to do something, then feel free. But
will do.
So Ren, Kalos, and Bianca, so you just like rush the transport ship.
I want to make a plan. I want to use my skirmish tactics.
I am already gone, my dude.
You already fighting them?
Yeah, dude, my instinct. Always face the challenge.
You don't have to face it in a dumb way. You could plan.
Yeah. Bianca, you may want to change that.
Why?
Okay, skirmish tactics, the actual like listing for skirmish tactics says skirmish tactics may be employed by the pilot or a captain of a vehicle to help the field maneuvers of another vehicle in the same disparate. Is it like a vehicle-centric thing?
I thought it was just like general military tactics.
So if you want to change it to general military tactics, you can. We can just change it to tactics, which is a skill.
Okay, I want that.
Cool.
Does that one also have the?
It does not. It's not a training thing. So
I get no points.
So it's based on perception, and then because it usually training skills cost 2, you can actually increase it by 1 if you want. So it can start at a 3.
Okay. All right.
You see me start to go, but you could definitely stop me.
Yeah, tactics is basically the squad tactics and stuff.
So you start running towards them or what?
I just like do a 180 and just start walking towards them, unless you say something.
So then I say, hold on, I have a plan. And then can I roll to see if I really have a plan?
So yeah, there's two ways we could do this. Either we could do like there's two ways we could do this entire confrontation really. The one is we just make one roll right now and add up all of the possible dice that could help in this situation on either side and just make one giant roll, including tactics, right? Or we could break it down into several pieces and take each like part of it as we come, in which case we would start with probably a tactics, and Biaka you'd roll the tactics to see like how good your plan really is. And then we would take the next step as it comes, and next step and the next step.
I like that step by step, but I don't care if other people want to do it the other way.
I'm fine with whatever.
Let's maybe do totally up to you guys. Does anyone else have a preference?
No.
Yeah, because my thought
let's
would
roll
be
tactics.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Do it.
I roll tactics. What's the ob?
Good question. Let me see what.
Can I fork in all this stuff that we're gonna use in our tactics?
Not necessarily.
In my plan.
Let's just take a look at what tactics actually does here. Because it's possible it actually isn't going to be as helpful as we think. Tactics is the knowledge of how to use small groups of soldiers to maximum effect on the battlefield.
Perfect.
This skill can be used to set an ambush, test tactics versus observation. It can also be used for field maneuvers and range and cover. So typically, this skill is rolled when we're engaging with the more complicated combat systems in this game, to have groups of people do stuff in a fight. But I'm okay. We can roll it now if you'd like to come up with a plan.
And like that, like the roll now would just be like a +1 for.
It would probably be a linked test. But okay. So I'm going to offer you this actually, Biaka. I don't think you even need to roll it. I think you can just add a die to stuff.
To our fighting.
Yeah. I mean, like if you guys, well, maybe you can add a die to everything though. That's the question. Yeah, let's have you roll. Let's have you make a roll. I think it's going to be an ob 2 to have like a decent plan, and it'll be a link. Forks. It'll be a link test. You can.
Looking at your list, it doesn't seem like you have a link test for that, but Connor and I could each link our tactics to fork in a tactics.
That is true. Yep.
If we're all communally making a plan.
So is it 2 helps?
Yeah. 2 help. I think it's going to be an ob 2, and
I will begrudgingly help you make a plan.
There you go. Yep. So everyone, the future stuff in this like situation will get an extra die, because of your good plan. So
do I mark something?
Yeah, routine for tactics. Yep.
Cool.
Yep. So and we don't even need to like know what the plan is. We just see you guys confer briefly, and then you rush off, right? So you are what I guess in one sense, what is like the basic plan? Is it literally just to?
Well, who makes up the enemy? What are these guys' qualities? Are they just soldiers with guns?
Yeah, the ramp comes down. And I think you probably, that's probably more likely, maybe. I'm trying to think of what.
Are they like a couple dark Jedis, or is it like a whole army of soldiers?
Yeah, it's not like an army. Yeah, so I was originally planning on it just being like a handful of Sith, but I'm trying to think through if that's exactly what this would be. Yeah, let's say it's like 4 Sith.
Exar Kun himself.
No, I think it's like 4 Sith. I think you can probably tell immediately that given what you guys already know about the Brotherhood of the Sith, these are likely not super well trained Sith. Right? It's not like they're going to be Dark Lords of the Sith right off. These are probably just disciples of either Exar Kun or like Keldrama or one of their lieutenants or something. So they're probably being given this mission to like prove themselves. And maybe they're basically being told like, and kill all the other Sith disciples once you actually succeed, and then whoever survives will be the one who gets all the glory. Like that's probably like the thing that's going to happen here. Is they're like almost competing with each other too. But yeah, you see like these 4 Sith of various species. So I think most of them are humans. So probably like 2 humans and a Rhodian, and let's say 3 humans and a Rhodian. That step down from the ramp, and they're coming out down slowly. So you guys had time to like talk and plan a little bit, and then you start to like. Do you just like full on sprint towards the ramp, or you just like stalk up to it? Because I think they're stalking forward. They're not like rushing.
If we want to, we can make use of my aura of fear.
Yeah, I kind of imagine like maybe me and what's Connor's character's name? Ren.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Me and Master Ren walk up, like just us 2 and my droid, and then like Jared's character Kalos like sneaks up like on the side or behind or something, because they don't necessarily have to know we found him already, right?
Yeah, necessarily.
And then he could just drop down, and we start fighting.
In my head, I was thinking we were bull rushing it, just trying to get off as fast as we can.
Well, then there was no point in
starfighters.
planning it, though. We just said, "All right, we're going to just go for it."
Yep. So then I think we should keep him a secret, safe thing then.
But we don't have to roll like a lie, right? We don't have to say anything. We could.
I mean, if you actually talk to them, then yes.
You do realize they're just going to attack. This is in. I mean, if this is in character, this is. You realize they're just going to attack you, right?
So we're talking about the plan still,
Are
out of character.
You can't.
Are we still talking about the plan?
No, I don't think we should. I think. Well, what was
he said? He said, they're just going to kill you, right? Or
right. No. So, what did you say in character was the plan?
We
didn't pick
Caleb
one.
Caleb said to skip that part.
Oh,
that's
okay.
fine.
Then,
You can decide it now. I mean, it sounded like what was suggested by someone who I don't even know at this point. Was that we keep Kalos hidden.
Yeah, I said that. And then he drops down, like, he ambushes them as the Sith engage the 2 Jedi.
The thing is, yeah, Kalos, I don't think he would say they'll just kill you. I mean, they're literally here looking for you. They're not going to, like, just murder the Jedi in front of them. Oh. They're going to actually ask them first or capture them and torture them.
Yeah, good point. Ooh. And I could just leave.
This is gonna be a great
but you
start.
have no way off. You have no way off planet either.
What do you mean? I have Sith friends.
Oh, but they don't like him, right? They obviously aren't cool with him.
No. They'll treat him as
depends.
Whatever. Let's just fight him and kill him and get it over with. Take their ship. Let's go.
Are you just storming then?
Yeah. Well, the Jedi were already going to do that. I don't know what. Yeah, we're going to fight him. Let's just fight him. Get it over with.
Yeah, Carlos is a
negotiations have broken down, it seems.
I was going to say Carlos is not really a he's a wild card, so we shouldn't plan on using him in a specific way.
Yeah,
is kind of what we have just found out.
Wild card. I didn't
the plan was
a barn.
Maybe the plan is me and Ren made a plan and just told Kalos, like, just follow our lead. And then we just go.
It sounds like the plan is strike hard and fast and capture the transport ship.
Yeah, we have to. But as Jedi, we don't want to necessarily have to kill these guys. We just want to fight them and prevent them from killing us.
Don't worry, I'll do that for you.
So you're rushing the ramp.
I want my Wookiee to jump onto a building and then jump off and land his lightsaber on someone.
Yeah. So you guys are like rushing towards the ramp, and I think what they're doing is they're like Sith seething, stalking, sort of like walking forward, like kind of psyching themselves up for what's going to happen.
Like, you turned her against me.
Yeah,
mode.
Exactly. They're just like, okay, all right, yeah. And they start coming. They see you guys coming. And Biako, what's your color? What's the light?
I want a blue lightsaber.
Blue lightsaber. Okay.
Just plain blue.
And then Kalos, what about you?
Mine isn't open yet, but
Okay.
it's red.
But what colors are gonna be?
It's gonna be red.
Okay.
Cool. And so
So we ignite our lightsabers.
yep, you rush towards them. And it's literally just like knockout, drag out fight to get to, but the intent is basically get to the transport and like secure it from the Sith.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that the actual thing you want to accomplish? Is like secure the
Yes.
transport. That's the.
Are we
Oh,
are we bum rushing them? Or
Yes.
okay, we're just all three running together.
Yeah, we run together,
Yes.
and I guess as
This
we
is a
approach
time-sensitive
them,
thing in my head.
Okay.
as we approach them, they start running towards us, and then we, lightsabers are already blazing, and then just boom,
Like they quite literally just bombed the spaceport because you're here. So in my head, I'm like, we need to get out as fast as possible.
Because you led them here. But yeah,
You led them here. We found you. How you think they couldn't find you?
I've been here for over a year.
Well,
Thank you very much.
a year wasn't long enough, buddy.
What does that even
That
mean?
doesn't even make. I looked at the HK. I'm like, are you translating that right?
Affirmation.
Whatever.
That is what he said.
Hey, he's a Wookiee. It's cultural.
Let's leave at least one of them alive, please.
I don't kill any of them. You guys might.
Oh, okay. You're one of those. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Is there one that's obviously like in charge?
Not really.
All right.
Yeah.
Can I roll a meditation? Can we all roll a meditation quick to get a bonus die?
No, that's stupid.
No, we're gonna win. We're gonna kill them all.
Okay. I thought
They're low-level Jedi. They're weak.
Yeah.
I'm taking a
Right?
look at.
Caleb, you're muted.
No, I'm just being quiet.
Oh.
I'm looking at the meditation and stuff real quick. Yeah, you. Here, what does this say? So, yep. Okay. So
Is there anyone on this ship, or is it just them?
There's probably a pilot, but yeah, it might be a droid. Who knows? Basically, the situation here is, I don't think you have the time to meditate. Like it's not you can't really just like psych yourself up while running. That's not what meditation is. Like you'd have to actually
Gotcha.
like meditate.
Let's kill him.
But yeah, you reach there. I think probably at this point we just like roll the bloody verses to like have add in as many dice as possible for all the different things you guys are doing.
Just roll a bloody verses.
Oh yeah. No, that's what it's called. It's called the bloody verses. In which case, or I guess we could just do a versus. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just do the simplest way possible here. So who has, I guess, the largest lightsaber skill?
Connor and I both have 7.
Yep.
So.
Well, that's fine, yeah. Well, because they make deals.
Let's do master. I have 5, but I have the most power, so I can just grab a guy, throw him at your lightsaber.
Yeah. And as we continue on with the campaign, I'm fine with getting more and more specific about like the pieces of a combat like this. But I think to start off with, let's just make it one roll. Just keep it simple, and then we can, get more complicated as we go on. Let's just have Ren roll.
How many forks do you have, Ren?
Yeah, so we'll just have me roll and everybody else
can help with one thing and you get to fork in all your stuff. Yep.
Okay.
And is my tactics an extra dice too?
Yeah, you already got that. Yep, with your
your
roll. Yep.
Oh, that just means we're gonna win, right?
So no, it means you get Ren is getting an extra die on top of your help and his own tactics.
So he gets 2 die from me.
Yes, basically. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
How many forks do you have, Connor, on your own?
It's a great question. And I can fork in meditation because it's lightsaber. Okay. Is Jedi Doctrine a forkable?
No.
Is Sith Doctrine a forkable?
No.
Well, no, in terms of like the way I'm fighting.
No.
Okay.
So that
intimidation.
I think the thing you guys are thinking.
Lightsaber,
I think the thing you guys are
form.
thinking for that is you're thinking of hatred and empathy, but that's what those are. You're thinking of like the actual force stuff that's happening because you're good side and light side or in dark side, but that's not what the doctrine is.
Can I fork in tactics or skirmish tactics?
You can fork in tactics, yes.
Okay. And then can I fork in force wise?
Yep.
Force tremors wise?
Yes. And you can fork in telekinesis because like your intent here is to secure the ship. So like anything that would be applicable to doing that thing is totally viable here.
Force tremors wise?
Yeah.
Soldier wise?
Mm-hmm.
Intimidation.
Are you talking about for you?
I'm talking about for Connor and I up until intimidation, because Connor and I have basically the same exact ability.
Intimidation would work, but I think also Ren command would fork for you.
Okay.
Right? Because if you're
how
leading
about,
that thing.
And soldier wise and contested sector wise would work in as well?
Yes.
Strategy?
And if I
Not
don't
strategy,
have
no.
strategy. So that's 8. I'm at 8 right now without your guys' helping dice, which means that's 10.
And I give you 2, because lightsaber is 7.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm rolling with 18 dice.
I'll also add one more die in from Biaka's successful tactics roll earlier.
Okay, so my intent here is to
incapacitate them,
defeat all of them without killing them.
Okay. And secure the transport ship for your own use.
Yes, and secure the transport ship.
Cool.
In fact, I would like to make sure the pilot doesn't die so that we don't have to roll pilot, because none of us have pilot.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
that would be
add
in another die from Kalos's Aura of Fear.
Okay. So what's the ob with that intent?
Well, it's going to be against what they roll. I'll roll for them first so you can have the ob.
Okay.
Okay, so their roll is ob 8. So they got 8 successes altogether. They were rolling 13 dice.
I rolled terribly on that. Holy cow.
But you still succeeded.
Yeah.
Mightily. Yeah, for sure.
Connor, when my lightsaber opens, you feel deeply disturbed. That is all.
Oh no. I don't like that one bit.
But yeah, it's right. It's red, Kalos. So you said.
Mm-hmm.
Did that open end? It did, I think.
Yep, it automatically did. So you don't need to spend an Artha on lightsaber automatically.
Nope, I didn't.
But cool.
That's just a routine test, so that doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't
what is that for 7? Is that routine for a 7?
It's still routine, yeah. Well, he was rolling 20 dice.
Well, no, it's if you're assisting, it's
for you. Yes. Yeah. It's
for me and Chad.
7 and an 8. That's a difficult for you guys.
Yep. Ooh, nice.
Or actually, difficult for you.
Wait, what do I do?
You can mark a challenging lightsaber test, Biaka.
What did the telekinesis roll count as? A difficult?
The one you made earlier is a routine.
Yeah.
Oh, right. It was against whatever he got,
which was
5, but still a routine. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What was,
I get that too because I helped.
Yes,
you get against Ob 5. What is your telekinesis skill, Biaka?
3.
So that's a challenging for you.
That's a challenging,
telekinesis.
Yeah. Mine is 6 against an 8.
So that would be a difficult, I think.
Maybe. Wait for telekinesis.
Yeah.
Give me 1 sec, Jared. I'll check it out. I got it. It's challenging.
Oh, nice.
So what's
I
Nibbit
succeeded.
doing?
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Where's Nibbit?
Yeah, what's Nibbit doing?
I'm still way behind you guys. I'm 1 short. 2, I'm figuring out what's going on. I'm not going anywhere dangerous. I'm just hanging back.
So we have to keep in mind here, I think their plan is literally to leave the system in this
we're
ship
gonna
right
leave.
now.
I wasn't going to give it away, but my plan is to sneak on
Sneak on
board.
it. Okay.
Okay.
That's what I figured. I think we were all aware that was probably what was going to happen. Cool. So we just see this, right? We see. So you guys can go ahead and again, normally or in the future, we can be more specific with this and make the fights a little bit more cool for you guys by like taking them by beats. But for this one roll, you guys can describe however you want that lightsaber fight to look like. So feel free to throw in any flair. What do you guys think that looked like as you guys stormed the transport ship? Right, I think they're fighting very uncoordinatedly because they're like kind of also like fighting against each other. They want to be the person who actually gets Kalos, and as soon as they see that he's the red lightsaber, they're like, oh, that's the guy we need, and so they're fighting to get him, and they're fighting to kill you guys. But you guys are working actually well together as a team, even Kalos, right? In such a way that they're just so uncoordinated, and they're attacking with too much force every time they swing their lightsaber. They're seething visibly. They're like just going into the hatred so much that like you can take them out with cool efficiency easily. But
yeah. I mean, I think that's probably what we see is all three of us engaging in combat, but like at any moment's notice, we're helping the other person, even though it's a 4-on-3. And like I like duck in for Biaka, or I duck in for Kalos and like do a force push there, a force push there.
Yeah.
And just like, I should have forked in for Priaception. Never mind. That's fine.
I don't think that's a fork. That's a call.
It wouldn't be a fork. Yeah, it would be. You could
be something I'd do.
Spend more fate to. Yeah.
Whoopsie poopsies. Anyway,
so
I didn't need that.
I want Biaka to like force push one guy and he falls and tumbles, gets back up. But then another guy that he's fighting, like he's they're in lightsaber combat and I make him lose his lightsaber. But then I turn mine off and just grab him and launch him.
Yeah, nice.
And it's way further than like my force push the other guy.
And he's just he slams into one of the like adobe buildings of Anchorhead and just like slumps.
He's just knocked out.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think the Rodian is like the last one left who like he fought to a standstill like right up against the, like on the ramp. He's like the only thing keeping you from actually getting inside the transport, and he's like yelling at you in Huttese or whatever, right?
And Rodian, he's like, "Watch out, Pija!"
Yeah, exactly. But he's like he basically says, Can Rodians actually speak basic, or like are they physically incapable of doing so?
Those the fly people?
No, they can, because Leia's uncle was a Rodian. Padme's uncle.
Yeah. They can.
And he spoke basic.
Yes. Okay, they can.
Uncle Ano.
So he doesn't speak. He speaks basic right at that point, and he's just like, please. How would he say this? I don't know if he would. Okay, this is what he does. He looks at you, Kalos, and he just says, Exar Kun wants you. If you just like turn yourself in, then none of this has to happen. You can join us.
This will all depend on the answer. I need you to settle something for me. How'd you find me here? Did you follow the Jedi? Or did you?
If you suggest that as an option, he's for sure going to say that.
He's
not stupid.
I have interrogation.
You do?
I think.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a long time to ask.
I have intimidation. I can do that.
Oh.
I don't think intimidation is going to be what you want here. It would be interrogation to actually get the right answer out of him.
My little. Never mind. I won't proffer that. How'd you find me?
Yeah. So if you're not rolling interrogation to get the right response, I think I don't know what he would say exactly, because I'm actually not sure myself how they found you. It might be the Jedi. That seems like the most obvious answer. Yeah, I mean, Of course, that makes everything more complicated. So he just says like, we were waiting for the Republic to make their move. We only found out because they did.
And I just look pointedly at Ren. Or Ren. And then I force pull him onto my saber.
Okay, yeah. Slides off, and the transport ship is yours.
Are the other two Sith unconscious? Can I do perception to see what their current state is?
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like Ren didn't want anyone to die, right?
Yeah.
You just wanted to defeat them.
I just want to know if they're unconscious or what the
they
situation.
would have to be. Yeah.
Okay. While all of them are focusing and starting to head into the actual ship, can I get to as many of the corpses that isn't currently the one that they just killed? And can I scavenge their bodies? Trying to get their lightsabers?
Yeah, so let's roll a scavenging roll for you, because it's possible that the lightsabers got destroyed during the battle or something. I think this will be an actual test.
Yeah, we're bringing one of them with us. Granted, we're not going to let him keep his lightsaber, but
yeah. Oh, were you bringing one of them with you?
It doesn't sound like it. Sounded like the other
pilot
two
is in there.
I mean, at this point, I would like to bring one.
Well, if you wanted to do that, you probably shouldn't have killed the one that you just killed.
Well, there's still 3 more.
I mean, I guess, but the ships
all
also
those are unconscious.
The ships that are circling Anchorhead are now aware that this is happening. Right? The whole point of this was time sensitivity.
It doesn't take much long. It takes 30 seconds to drag a body on them. I just looked at them can we bring one?
Well, I wanted to add that when you killed the guy, my Wookiee screamed in anger at you because you made him angry because he's not cool with that.
Yeah. And then
but that's all he did.
HK12 says, clarification. It seems my master is quite angry with you for killing that Sith. I am not angry with you.
Well, yes, you are a logical droid.
Of course.
But yeah, anyways, I just wanted to add that.
Well,
I don't care. I say you can.
Connor, did you hear anything that just happened? I think Callus was basically talking to you, so.
Yeah, I really don't care.
I thought so. I was Connor's not responding.
I heard something different.
No.
As in who was talking to who. So I'm not.
He wants to bring a body on, and he's asking you if he could, or one of the guys that's knocked out.
Oh yeah, no, of course we're gonna do that. Yeah. As in one of the unconscious people, right?
All 3 of them to face trial.
No.
We probably should, wouldn't we?
Well, they're gonna if you do that,
dangerous.
That would be dangerous.
Not the play.
I mean, they're just going to execute them, so I can do that now instead for you. But
no,
we are time sensitive.
Byakuya yells no at you. You can't execute him.
But the Jedi Order has executed so many people.
Shut up. No, they haven't. That's one of my instincts. So I'm supposed to get mad when you talk bad about the Jedi.
I mean, isn't that a common history thing that the Jedi have executed people after trials?
I don't know.
I mean, they did also preemptively attack people just for studying the dark side, even though they didn't do anything. But one of the first major Jedi dark Jedi confrontations, the Jedi started it.
Yeah, no one's. I don't think anyone's saying that the Jedi are all that in a bag of chips.
I was just curious if the current Jedi thing.
I don't think it would be a regular practice for Jedi to practice capital punishment after the end of a trial. I don't think they would. They'd probably just force sever someone and exile them. That seems like more their speed.
That makes sense to me.
But
I think they would, from what I recall, I feel like they would make their judgment and then pass.
Well, hey, you know what, Ren? There's a skill for this. Do you want to roll a Jedi Doctrine roll for us, Ren, to decide what is actually true about the situation?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What do you want to be true?
They don't.
What would be more interesting for the story?
Yeah, because you hate the Jedi.
That we have
like despise.
Like executed people, or is this like are we merely deciding whether
Like
or
in the
not they
current
have
political
executed
climate,
people, or
are
is it
you-
like something that they regularly do?
Is it a common, like, hidden thing that the Jedi don't like to talk about, that they execute people? Right?
So
Because I'm saying
mainly the question here is, what do Jedi do to people that they find guilty of crimes, like serious crimes? That's
in
we
this
don't
instance,
execute
like
them.
dark side.
Yeah, I would say execute.
No,
You want that to be true?
I want that to be true.
it can't be true. I'm
Connor,
going to roll against it.
I'm gonna fork my Jedi doctrine into your
No,
team.
I think that's
I'm
what
rolling
it is.
against
Yeah, it's Byakuya versus Ren on the Jedi Doctrine.
Because I'm an Inquisitor.
I'm
Like, I've been out there capturing these guys, and you're telling me we killed them all? All the guys I captured?
Well, not necessarily.
You're going to turn me to the dark side if you tell me that.
I think if in extreme circumstances, right? Like if a Sith went out and murdered people, I think I would like to say that the Jedi would execute them, because I think.
I mean, I didn't even
what type of
execute
imprisonment would be
HK-12.
good?
I kept them.
Well, he's a droid.
Mhm.
Yeah, but still.
So Byakuya, what
He's
do
evil.
you want to be true then?
That
Jedi never
I
execute
think
people?
you can No, not never. But I don't think it's common. Jared's character thinks it's common and widespread.
I'm not. I'm sorry if it came off that. Not common, but just for anyone who falls to the dark side. That's
well. Then my
common.
Byakuya then would say, if they're going to be executed, they must stand trial.
So this is, I think, what the question is what does the Jedi Council do with convicted, unrepentant dark side users?
Execute them.
You both say execute them?
Yeah, I don't think they don't execute.
It sounds like
Well,
Byakuya.
I don't know.
I think so. I personally think, and I think Byakuya would be the one to make this role. I personally think that they would not execute them, because Jedi don't like doing that. They like to be high and mighty and not get their hands dirty. So they would sever them from the Force and exile them.
I mean, they could lock them up. I would be okay with that.
So that would be my suggestion. Is like, I think that's what Ren is rolling against, is for that to be true. Whether or not it's you rolling it or me deciding.
I don't think it's appropriate that the Jedi are just executing people.
Yeah.
It goes against the code.
It's not necessarily the entire order. It's probably just a few, like, on the High Council that are orchestrating.
So let's just make it as simple as possible then. Ren, what is the common, how common is capital punishment in the Jedi Code? What do you want to be true?
I don't know.
Is it happens, but only for the most serious cases? Is it happens for most things, like where an unrepentant Sith is being brought to trial, or does it never happen?
He's too dangerous to be left alive. I need him.
Can I say? I don't know what's like, if I want to go for something more interesting, or like what I would like to.
You go for what you would like to be true, and I think the failure condition, if you don't, if that's not true, is I think that they don't execute, they force sever and exile. That would be my.
I think force sever and lock up.
Is force sever an actual thing they can do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did.
And it's like a permanent thing that can't be undone.
Not necessarily, but like in most cases, can't be.
Okay, I think that they should execute them.
Okay. So and this is for like
Palpatine definitely deserves to be executed.
Unrepentant Sith.
Yes.
Okay.
No, even if they're sorry, if they killed millions.
Well, up to you. Right?
Well, it depends on what that's just up to a judge of what an unrepentant Sith is.
The council decides, right?
Yeah, and they have telepathy and stuff. So yeah, I think it's what I'd like to
Cool.
to do. Can I fork in force-wise?
No.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can fork in my Jedi doctrine wise because I'm siding with you.
Okay, that's it then.
I think.
And what's the
so.
base sub?
I think it's gonna be op 4.
What? How was that even possible?
Such a bad roll. It was
You
still
suck.
it was a routine test. Yeah. Yeah. Unless you want to spend some fate on that or whatever, that is not true.
You should spend fate on pre-cryoception.
That's true. You could spend a fate. Well, no.
On proprioception?
There's no way. He didn't get any
there's
force.
No way.
He got 1/5. Yeah, it would not help at all.
Connor, you
No.
are a stinky stink boy.
Yep, there's no way.
Cool. I mean, I like this outcome because I think this is definitely the case because the Jedi don't like getting their hands dirty, so execution is just not on the table. They don't execute people. Like, it's one thing to fight to kill someone in battle, like that will happen sometimes, and no one's gonna like bat an eye necessarily. They'll try not to, but when a Jedi is like, when a Sith is actually brought before a council and like a trial is given, execution, capital punishment is never on the table. Because it's unheard of for the Jedi to like just in their mind kill someone in cold blood.
That could be something Connor's character disagrees
with.
And
that's why I think this makes more sense anyway, because then Ren has something that he disagrees with that he can fight against. Right.
And that is that they don't execute
people. They don't execute people.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Now what do they do though?
They sever their connection to the Force because there's like some powerful masters who have that ability, and they exile them or like lock them away forever.
Okay, so I'm just going to say that I just don't trust the force severing ability because it's possible for them to get out. Like it's heard of. So it's like, well, what's the point then?
Yeah, that's reasonable.
And then,
I mean, we still have to have you roll, see if you will roll worse than a 1.
What?
For what?
What do you mean?
Oh no, I don't think Byaku was actually taking. It didn't sound like Byaku was taking.
No, I didn't have to do anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It sounded like he was basically agreeing with Ren at that point. So that at that point it was just against me setting the obstacle.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Right.
Actually, I was making my wife. So
all good.
But I still am telling you, no, you can't execute them.
Yes, yeah.
Even if the Jedi did execute them, I would have still told you, no, you cannot execute them.
Mm-hmm. And this is for the current. We're not changing all of the Jedi history. This is just the current
up to
political.
Now. Oh yeah, there may have been Jedi in the past who did capital punishment, but yeah, right now that's not a thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So you let him bring someone already? So are we getting on the ship now?
Yeah. So one person is coming with you. You're restraining one of the Jedi, or one of the Sith.
Yeah.
Are you getting rid of his lightsaber? You're just like tossing it. Or are you taking it?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Convenience sake, say yes.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right. So Nibbit Knee is crawling through the wreckage right now, looking at the bodies. Let's roll a scavenging test for you, Nibbit, and see if you can scrounge a working lightsaber from this situation.
Oh, there are 2 or 3 lightsabers currently available to me.
Yes. And so this will basically be mainly to be like, can you find a lightsaber that like is actually, that works, doesn't have any complications, isn't like somehow like keyed to a specific person with the Force or something weird like that, right? Like something that you can actually use.
Were used 5 seconds ago.
Yes.
But okay.
But there was also a fight. And basically if you fail this, it's not going to be that there isn't a lightsaber to find. It'll just be like, there'll be some sort of like double-edged nature to you getting the lightsaber. Let's see. I think this is an OB 5 scavenging test, but you have a bunch of stuff to fork in, so you might be able to make it anyway. I'll give you just a straight advantage die, because there are literally 3 lightsabers, just like, or 4 now, just like being tossed around. They're just there, so it should be easier. But we can take a look at your other skills and see if something else helps.
I have scavenger, so I don't know how that works.
So that will be after the fact. If you fail, you can use that to reroll all your failed dice.
Okay.
So that's a good fail safe. Component wise makes sense here. Vendor wise, well, no, vendor wise doesn't. Component wise does.
Did you say vendor wise was or wasn't?
No, I don't think it
Okay.
it is.
I was wondering if Uncharted, because they fell out into the desert sands, but that might be a stretch.
Yeah, I think so. You're still in Anchorhead.
Okay.
I think foraging makes sense here because it's a similar skill to like searching things out.
So it sounds like I have 4.
I'll give you trove wise because
Okay.
like there's a treasure trove of lightsabers in front of you right now, right?
Sure. So 5.
I think 5, yeah.
Okay.
And then obstacle is going to be 5 as well.
Okay.
And I assume you're not spending 8% on this.
Okay. And go.
Okay. Not bad though. You can still, I mean, easy thing to do right away is use your call on to reroll the failed dice. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you type in that macro from before and put 5d6 instead, you can reroll all those dice and we'll see if you get some more successes. Yep, there you go. That's all you needed. 3 more successes. Cool. So you I guess you don't need a routine. Yes, you do actually. Mark a routine test on your scavenging. And you are now in possession of a completely fine, workable Sith lightsaber.
Just one?
Yep, just one.
But did the other 2 not work? Can I hold on to those?
Yeah, you can keep the components for sure. Yeah.
There isn't like an inventory in this.
I think there is a space somewhere. Go to PTGS and gear. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you type in weapons, you can put 2 spaces for lightsabers. I need to go in these and make sure all the like actual like stats for a lightsaber and your guys' weapons are in here.
I'm just writing them in as words.
Cool, perfect. What's your actual lightsaber that you have now? What color is that? I'm curious.
It's an orange lightsaber that's big, not made for my size.
Okay, yeah. Hey, if you tear apart all of this stuff, maybe one day you can make a short lightsaber.
So he didn't start with one?
He did start with one.
I found one.
It's just like a normal sized lightsaber.
It's
not
too
a short
big for him.
lightsaber. Yeah, exactly.
He needs a Yoda one.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
But yeah, Nibbit, you've found yourself a Sith lightsaber.
Cool. I shoved all these components and stuff into my robe, and I would like to
probably have like a satchel.
True. Yeah. I scurry onto the ramp as
it's
in my
closing.
mind as it's going up. I just like jump on and
100%. Yeah, for sure. No, so where are you actually going in the ship itself? Like, are you gonna go find somewhere to
hide? I will probably just be, for the time being, I will hide in the probably wherever there's the most gears, gadgets, and gizmos. So I'm not. I don't know if that's
engine room or something. Yeah, and we won't need to make a roll for that unless someone's actually looking for you. Right now, you can just go back there and no one's looking for you now. So Ren Callis and Biaka. If you made a roll, you could. But keep. I don't think. I don't think you guys are probably paying attention to that. At least not immediately right now.
My whole thing is being able to like kind of take the crumbs that no one leaves behind. Like that's the whole Jawa way.
Yeah. Yep. So you're hanging out in the engine room. And Ren, Kalos, and Bianca, I assume once you storm onto the ship, you go up to the like cockpit, and there's like a human male with like a strange uniform that you don't recognize. And he is like I think immediately probably goes for a blaster and like tries to like fire at you.
Force grab him.
Yeah, I
His
think
arm or
this is
something.
probably like an opposed roll here.
Who wants to do it?
Who would be first onto the bridge or whatever? That'd be the question.
I would assume
Probably
Ren would be,
Connor.
but it can be with okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Um,
what is the warding skill do again?
I can basically like choose a part of my body, so like arm or leg or head or whatever,
Yes.
and like put like a force bubble on it, like a force shield.
Yeah. But you can also, I think we can probably just do lightsaber versus blaster here, right? To just be like, do you block it with your lightsaber? It's probably the simplest way to do it.
I'm done with that. I'm gonna fork in force wise because I know it's actually I'm gonna fork in force wise because use the force, and then I'm gonna fork in force tremors wise because I sensed it coming.
I don't think
And
so.
then
you could have made a test to do so, but it didn't sound like you did know it was coming.
Okay, so force wise, and I'll fork in meditation then.
Can you do that with just lightsaber automatically?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the ob actually?
It will be against what he rolls here. So let me. So ob 2 shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a random pilot.
I'm not going to fork in anything. I don't think it's going to matter, but I'll probably be reaching anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So you can describe how this. You can literally just like reflect it right back into his face or something else.
He pulls out the blaster and doesn't get a fire. Doesn't get to fire a shot before
you've already cut it in half.
Just sabered. Yeah, sabered his blaster.
Perfect. Yeah. You step forward,
and he's like sitting there like pulling the trigger, but like nothing's coming out.
Yeah. Just like sparks and
yeah.
And I guess at that point he tried to go for a vibroblade.
Okay. I'm gonna
and just like attack you. It looks like this guy has like the eyes of like a sycophant about him. Like this is like someone who believes in the Dark Brotherhood of the Sith, even if it's not a Sith himself. But like he's gonna fight to the death here.
I ask him a question as he pulls out his vibroblade.
Okay.
I say, are you able to pilot without your feet?
That sounds like an intimidation check.
Yeah, you know what? It is.
Yep.
Intimidation is will, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
You guys are the worst keepers of the Jedi code I have ever met.
Not me.
Yes, you
literally. What do you mean you wouldn't pay a simple landing fee? You bullied a dock worker.
It was all in good fun.
You're not gonna be able to feed his kids tonight because you refused to pay.
Well, he's dead. He got a bomb dropped on him.
Oh, and also, we did pay, so there you go. Our money went to no use.
Money's gone.
Yep. Way to keep balance of the force with that one, Kalos.
Rather balance.
Okay, intimidation. What's the ob?
It is op 3.
Oh crap.
Yeah, unless you're intimidating a child, it's going to be an op 3 or above.
We got this.
Hey.
No.
So that's a difficult test that goes into will. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. So you say that and he just attacks you. So
okay.
If he dies, then we're screwed.
Yeah. All right.
My droid can't fly, can't do anything.
Attack me, Caleb. Let's do it.
I will.
Come on, attack me. Yeah. Yeah. Attack me. Yeah.
I do not remember what the skill is for this.
I want to see you guys fight in real life.
It's sword play, Caleb.
Sword play? Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
I am just leaning in like the hallway, just watching this go down.
Hey, so never mind. I'll ask later.
Another op 2. So what are you trying to do in response here? He's trying to stab you with like a vibrant knife.
I'm going to destroy his vibroblade.
So it's like a knife.
A
It's like
vibro knife?
right, like this isn't this small enough quarters that he couldn't really get a vibroblade effectively here. You could because you can just like slice through stuff.
Yeah, so this
instantly,
is
but-
the issue is I don't want to cut off his hands.
Yeah.
And I don't actually want to cut off his feet. But I feel like that might be our only option here.
I mean, I have
Terrible. You can't. Why
You
don't
are
you
the
let
type of
Jared?
person that's literally wanting there to be capital punishment. So I feel like losing a couple limbs isn't the biggest deal, at least for your character.
You can also just turn off your lightsaber and just try to like. You could also try to telekinesis him, just like restrain him.
Yeah, but that's not really going to solve the issue of is he really going to fly it for us? So yeah, I think I'm just going to say.
I mean, you can't say anything. You're literally being stabbed, or you have to respond physically. Right, like, the knife is about to enter your side.
Okay, I'll use telekinesis and restrain him then.
Okay.
So I will.
Yep, against that op 2.
Spend fate. And which means it goes into rerolling a die, right? And op 2.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so didn't even need it.
Okay, and then yeah. But just let me know. Yikes. There we go. Sorry.
Yep, so 5 successes.
Okay. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm gonna
So he
force
just,
push
like,
him. So I'm gonna say that the like wait, what?
He just like freezes as he goes to stab you
Why?
because you
stopped him
You
with the
used
force.
telekinesis.
Oh no. Okay, so I'm gonna describe it. So
Oh,
I'm gonna say
sorry.
that the chair that like the pilot's chair
Mhm.
has like flipped around as he stood up.
Sure.
And I'm just gonna like force push him into it, and it's just gonna spin back around to the like the windshield or whatever.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, now fly.
But how do
Okay.
we convince him to take us?
I think Kalos is gonna do that for us in just a second.
Yeah,
here.
but that we can't condone that.
Yeah, so I mean, you say that,
well, he's
right?
just gonna do
You say that,
intimidation.
you say that and now fly, and he just says, "I'll die before I do anything for you, Jedi."
I say, would you do something for a Sith?
He doesn't say anything because he doesn't understand what you mean.
I like nod to you, Carlos. Like go ahead.
I'm retired.
You're really not going to?
So keep in mind,
mean-
like at this point, we get like a shot of the the strike fighters like circling, and they obviously know that like I think one of them we see like one of them like zoom in on like their little like scanner, and then just like they see 3 Sith bodies just like on the ground in front of the transport ship, and hopefully one of them like talks to the other guy in the strike fighter, and is like, I think there might be a problem. And so we know there's like a time limit here for sure. Before they just bomb the transport ship.
The temple's on Coruscant, right? The Jedi Temple.
Yeah.
That's where they're trying to bring me.
But we can't go straight there, right?
No.
There's no hyperspace lane.
Here's
So
the deal: we don't explode. I'm not going to Coruscant.
So
What?
you're gonna tell him to.
Oh yeah,
Take us.
I'll get us out of here, but I'm not going to Coruscant.
I mean, that's something you could that is technically not like a secondary priority, right? You again, Ren, your main mission, you and Biaka, is to keep him out of the hands of the
Protect
Sith, right?
Yeah.
That's more than anything. That's it. So this is something you could accept.
We hear a laser cannon just hit the ground mere feet away.
Yeah. The ship
yeah,
rocks. The shield takes a hit.
You hear in the background Wookiee yell, and the droid say, "I think we should get out of here."
Exasperated remark. My master thinks we should leave as soon as possible. And so do I. I do not relish being blown into a million pieces.
Oh my gosh! Let's go.
well, so this I mean, I look at Kalos and I say, where would you rather go?
Caleb, I need
Korriban.
a planet.
No.
Caleb, I need another planet.
What kind of planet? Give me a general category.
I am going to roll Sith Doctrine.
Okay.
To come up with
Another Sith planet?
No, a planet where the Sith will have a hard time like sensing us.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Go ahead and make a roll for that.
All right, I will fork in Force-wise and Force Tremors wise.
Sure. And you said you're rolling Jedi Doctrine?
Sith Doctrine.
Or Sith Doctrine. I think you can fork in Jedi Doctrine too if you want.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be relevant.
What's the odd?
Let's say up 3. There you go. Well, you could obviously go back to the home world of Tython, right? The home planet of the Jedi, where the Jedi Order originated.
Doesn't Jared have a ship?
No.
No.
Oh.
No one actually has a ship.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
With the
Is this one ours now?
with having to buy a lightsaber, that made that not.
Oh yeah. Is this one ours now?
I mean, yeah, I suppose.
Okay. I'm just
At the
asking.
very least, you guys
So
could
I
attempt
bought
to fly this ship.
I bought a government affiliation, like a citizenship, but I don't know. Am I supposed to see that on my character sheet? Because I have a house somewhere, I forget. On Naboo.
On Naboo, yeah.
But should I have a citizenship or something?
Do you not have a citizenship?
No, I bought it, but I don't see it anywhere.
It's a citizenship to the Republic. Yeah, I didn't add it to gear stuff. I didn't add your gear stuff on there yet. It's supposed to be. Yeah, so that's my bad.
So I say, let's go to Naboo. I have a house there.
Is Naboo a place we can hide?
Yeah, there's no war there. It's just a normal, I don't know, nothing crazy going on.
You guys are very calm considering the situation. Just gonna throw that out there.
I'm talking calm because out of character, but my character's like, we can go to my place.
I assume those two are freaking out, or well, I don't even know. But yeah, in my mind, I mean, if these guys, I'm not going to Coruscant, and I mean, if I just tell them where Korriban is.
Oh, hey, note,
there, they're not gonna
Naboo actually hasn't been colonized yet.
Oh,
so I have to pick a different planet.
Yeah.
I would like to
terrorists.
I would like to mess with the engine and get this thing off the ground through the engine room.
Just start piloting
because
the ship.
because I know that I'm being shot at and I just want to get out of here.
Yeah, sounds great. That sounds like another jury rigging roll.
That's what I thought. I didn't want it to be, but
don't do it. You're gonna blow up the engine.
I don't care.
This is gonna be great.
You guys aren't doing anything.
No, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. You're like, why aren't they leaving? We need to leave.
But yeah, Caleb, I'm giving you wink narrative power to come up with a cool planet for us to go to next. If I could suggest.
But specifically,
pick a planet for me to have a house at. I don't know where.
Terrace makes sense.
But that's so KOTOR. It's like
that's fine. We'll figure it out.
So
we'll figure it out off screen.
Is there any way?
Let's go to my home planet.
Well, you guys don't know.
Kashyyyk.
You guys aren't controlling. There's no pilot right now. I'm just starting the engine and we're going.
We could go to Kashyyyk. I know where it is.
So Callus, you said your specification was a planet that
the Jedi and Sith Jedi and Sith will both have a hard time finding.
We could go to Kashyyyk. That's actually a good idea.
Well, I think
that's a really good idea.
No, because the Jedi have just made the Jedi are actually kind of involved in Kashyyyk now, right?
I mean, barely.
I honestly think the answer to this question is Tython, because the Jedi they still know about Tython, but they don't go there really. And there's enough Force presence there, already that you're gonna just blend in with everything else.
Yeah, I just say let's go to Tython. Neither side will be able to find us there.
And as soon as you say that, something happens with the engine, which we'll find out when Niven makes his roll. So jury rigging.
Will we live or will we die?
Can I just use my alienness to get good at jury rigging? Is that something I can do?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yep. Let's do it. Yeah, let's roll that otherness. Let's take a look at what that is, because there was that one that you didn't take that made you. That's
So
like
there
a
were
call
3
on.
points I still had.
Yeah, so the way it works is now, since we're in the game, is you roll otherness, which is an attribute, to attempt to like give yourself this trait. Let's take a look what that does.
I need to go soon also.
Yes, we're gonna wrap up here very quickly. Okay. Let's see. Which trait are you basing this off of, Lance? Like one of your
Right. It has
cultural
to be
ones.
off of. I feel like it's scavenger.
Child of a
Seems
scavenger
like-
culture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Makes sense. Actually, yeah, because you have that and scavenger, like just scavenger as a trait, I think you will get an advantage die to make this roll because you have 2 traits that are relevant here. And then otherness is rolled. I'm trying to figure out what the ob is. Yeah, here we go. Oh, obviously the obstacle is the trait point cost. So it's going to be an ob 2 otherness. So otherness is in your attributes there. You can put 1 modifier dice, 1 help there for having that.
Oh, there it
other
is.
trait.
Otherness. Sorry, what was the?
So 1
it was
advantage.
2?
One
advantage.
Yeah, 1 advantage and then 2 obstacle 2.
Obstacle 2, please. Yay.
There you go. Cool stuff. So
I just get the jerry rigging.
Yes, I'm
skill,
gonna find it
basically.
again. Oh yeah, you could literally just get the jury rigging skill. I forgot that that's a thing that can happen here. Yeah, that's actually even better. Let me look back at. It might actually be a different obstacle though. Because I was thinking like the trait that like gives you a call on for it. But let's check here. Obstacle equal to your character's aptitude for the desired skill, which would be 6. So that's very difficult to do. So let's stick with the other thing. So at the very least, you'll be able to reroll failed dice.
I would basically have to get 6s on everything, right?
Yes. Yeah. So I'll just go ahead and add real quick I'll find that trait again.
Sorry, I'll stop scrolling and looking at stuff while
that's
you're
totally fine.
doing stuff.
I'm trying to find. There was definitely a trait for this. Here we go. I think it was like right at the beginning here. Oh, didn't I send it to you? And I think it's in our chat log here. Here we go. It was Reclaimer. Yeah, call on for tests of appraisal and jury rigging with scavenged items.
So basically in skills and stats, it's for the being learned, change it to I see.
Yeah, it's right here. Appraisal, jury rigging.
So is this something that I'm still learning then?
Yes, you're still learning it, but you'll have a fallback basically.
Okay. So I can use one of the circles, the aptitude. Because I succeeded.
Did you? What did you do on that other one that you? Yeah, that was a difficult. So you don't have a bubble on it yet.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll this being learned, and it's an ob 2 again.
Being learned.
Yeah.
Do I have any help or anything?
I don't think so. No.
2, please. I thought I clicked it. I must not have. Okay. Nope.
Oh, you put in 2 disadvantage. Go ahead and roll it again. So 2 just at the second to last one for that.
Yep. My bad. Oh, I see. It's because I'm used to additional
It being
OB.
yeah.
Okay, so that's just 0.
Yep.
Okay. Still no.
That's actually pretty close though. So honestly, I would just maybe spend a fate first. Because you have 2 6s there.
Change that to 2.
Yeah, so
And then-
If he fails, does the ship blow up or something?
no, I'm not gonna have the ship blow up.
Okay.
And then real quick, Lance, when you spend
2d6.
a fate point,
Mhm.
it actually goes on the thing you're using. So because you don't actually have the skill yet, we'll put it in agility right here. So if you see where I put that little FP and D bubbles next to each of these things, I just put a 1 in that first slot next to agility there, the very top.
I will pretend I see it.
I'll show you later. But yeah, so we mark down like what you spent it on every time, and if you rack up enough points, then you get like special things.
Got it.
But yeah, so actually, what you can do, the easy thing you can do here is right where it says it lists your fate points. You can click on that D6 and put in the dice you're rolling and the remaining obstacle, and it will do it for you.
So remaining OB is 2.
Is 2, yeah.
Dice 1.
2.
2. I see.
All right, so you got 1. You're still 1 shy. You can then use your call on, and I don't think you can. So I think technically the way it works is you can't use the call on to reroll failed dice that you've gotten with fate, but just the original failed dice. So you can reroll 2. So honestly, you can just like do the same thing again. On that little fate thing, because it will reroll for you automatically, and but put in 1
remaining OB
obstacle.
is 1, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And then 1 good dice.
Yep. There you go. All you needed, just barely. Right. So this is like you're just frantically.
I'm just frantically pulling wires and hitting things, just trying to get this to go.
Yep.
Because I'm in a panic.
Yeah, and
I'm
so
not
I think
100%.
What we see, Nibbit, is we see like you're messing with this, and obviously the ship like starts lifting off. And you guys in the bridge are like, did you guys turn that? Is he driving? No. But I think Nibbit, you actually see back in the engineering bay, there is actually like a screen that you can see, like there's like cameras on the outside of the ship. So if you want to, like, I think you literally like maybe grab like an Atari style, like you put together like some sort of Atari style, like toggle, like little what are they called? There's a name for that.
A joystick.
A joystick. Yeah, there you go. Little stick, and you can drive the ship if you want to, by looking at these cameras. So, are you just like going out into space?
I am. If I can, I am just
that a pilot
trying.
roll though?
Yes.
Drag rigging was making okay.
Yes.
He's gonna get us crashed.
Yeah, basically. I'm just finding at the moment, the only opening in the sky that is
Convince the pilot to freaking pilot.
The only section in the sky that doesn't have ships.
Sure.
And I am just going that direction, and as soon as I'm far enough away from the pilot to be able to go to light speed, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
I would do it immediately.
It's definitely still a pilot check.
What light speed is?
It's definitely still a pilot check, but it's going to be simple because you're literally just like going one direction. You're just like, go as fast as we can in one direction. So unless you guys in the cockpit are like trying to stop this from happening, this is what's happening right now.
I thought Kalos was going to convince the fool to fly us.
Oh, yeah, I was going to once Connor gave me his Jedi sworn
Approval.
honor word that we weren't going to correspond.
Oh, but he won't.
Yeah,
Heck nah,
we're waiting for
boys.
Connor.
Dude, we're gonna die.
Yeah, no, so I'm definitely not doing that. And I think that like Carlos and I are like going at it, right? Of like we need to do this. You know, once you've promised me that we aren't going to Coruscant, and I'm gonna be like, you'd rather die than go to Coruscant. And
They're
then
just
The whole time while they're
All I
arguing,
have
they
to
don't
do-
notice that the ship is reorienting itself.
right, yeah,
yeah,
and
we're-
then,
we're just-
and then
we're
Niven,
just
he
yelling
just
at
like
each other.
just like flies into the atmosphere.
Yeah, Connor, the thing that might get you is I could always just take them to Korriban. I don't need you.
What do you mean?
Because he could hide there and nobody
No.
would be
If
able to find
if I
him.
like willingly just take them to Korriban,
You mean the
like-
Sith?
yeah.
Oh, you're saying you're going to be willing to take us to Korriban?
No,
Or
them.
take the
No,
Sith
take
Korriban?
them.
yeah. Like
Well, then we'll
that's
kill
why
you
I
right
get my-
now. We could just kill you.
Yeah.
But
That's
something less
literally
than just
literally
killing
what
you.
I would say.
I look
would
you
say-
dead in the eyes. I'm like,
Warp.
oh, but you won't.
Light speed.
Oh,
Great.
Bran will kill you.
This is the question. How long are you guys arguing about this before someone...
Sounds like a
I
while.
think the argument is so intense that we don't notice we're like in space.
I would love that. That's actually amazing. Okay, so Nivet, let's just have you make this roll, okay?
Yeah.
So go ahead and put pilot in your being learned.
Can
Can Jawas just have an innate pilot skill?
I mean, you can make a roll for that, but I don't think
Make
they
it
would.
an otherness.
I don't think they would because that. I
I
mean,
think
they
that's a
don't,
hard one because
they're not spacefaring
historically-
races.
They
yeah.
can pilot sand crawlers
Yeah, but that
you
was
said
Well,
I
like,
those
didn't
aren't
gain
there
any
yet.
aptitude for jury rigging, right?
and speeder bikes.
That
takes pilot.
yes, that actually one bubble should be marked there.
Okay. Pilot.
Is that a static ob or is he going up against other pilots' obs?
No, so this is good. Yeah, I think it's going to be a static ob. Because I think that there's enough shields on this transport that they're not going to be able to immediately take it down. Like he's going to be able to get to orbit. Because also they don't want to blow it up, right? If Kalos is on this ship, they can't blow it up, right?
Mhm.
Because they need you. So they're not going to destroy the ship. They're going to try to disable it. But I think Nivet will have enough time then to try to make this roll. So the first thing you're going to have to do, you're going to have to make a pilot check to make it to orbit, right?
Yep.
And the difficulty for that, pilot is based on perception and agility. So I'll go ahead and change that there. What are you better at? Perception. Okay, yeah, you're going to want to be rolling perception for this, which it's set to do right now. So it's going to be an let's see.
I'm assuming I wouldn't have. There's no way I can use the force to guide me without knowing it. That's not a thing.
You could make a meditation roll,
but
but
there
I don't
wasn't
think
a
you have the
for-
time. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious if that was a
Mhm.
thing.
That's probably what it would be.
Okay.
So it's going to be an OB2 test. You're going to get 2 dice of advantage because it actually has listed here. If it's a spaceship, it's easier to do air travel like this because you're just going. Most of this is just flying through air. And then because you have shields, this is easier as well. So you can
I
have
was
2
curious.
help dice.
Do I get anything for component wise?
You could make a links test with those.
Or would I get anything for the where is it? Connected spacefaring? Would that at all help me?
No, so that's like knowing people from space.
Okay.
I think
So in
honestly, the
total-
one thing that actually makes sense here, the Lance, as like a fallback, it could be Iron Grip. This is a call on for any test of physical ability where you can describe how clutching something for dear life might redeem your failure. Like you're literally, yeah, exactly. That's actually amazing.
Sorry, it's higher than me. I barely can see the screen.
Yeah. So that could be a good fallback for
Okay,
this.
so
Yeah,
end
you
up
could-
with
2 help
4, I
dice.
think is 2 help dice and then 2 advantage.
obstacle. Well, yeah. So 2 advantages is the same thing, basically, is what I'm saying. 2 on that first field where you have like the dice that help you, and then it's going to be an obstacle too.
Okay, I don't fully understand, but I will just do what you said. 2 and 2.
2 and 2. Yep.
base obstacle. Oh, did I miss something?
That's Go ahead and restart it. So 2 on the like help advantages and forks, and 2 on base obstacle.
I need to keep skipping Arth. I keep messing that up.
Yeah, Arth is just persona points. So.
Yay.
Oh, that was such a good roll.
So we're good.
Well, you're good. You got to orbit. So you go ahead and mark another bubble there, Nibbit, on that aptitude stuff. So you're learning how to pilot.
I don't care where we're going. I just want to click
hyperdrive.
Hyperdrive.
So this is
just
the question.
Random direction.
I don't know if it has a hyperdrive. Let me real quick check what this would be for what vehicle this actually is, and see if it has one. In the meantime, you guys have gone to orbit, and you guys are still arguing. What are you guys doing?
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of just irritated that they're still fighting.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in the middle of the ship. Like, where it's more like the recreational area, I guess. And they're still up in the bridge fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like cleaning my droid off from all the sand.
Your question was, are we still fighting?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think Kalos was basically saying, like, I'll take them to Korriban and you won't kill me. And Ren ignites his lightsaber and says, try it.
I mean, if you ignite your lightsaber, I ignite my lightsaber.
So keep in mind, you're in very close quarters here. You can't really have a lightsaber fight in this cockpit without destroying everything.
I literally say that. I'm like, you're going to destroy the ship. Are you dumb?
Okay, yeah. If that's the case, I'm gonna say I don't ignite my lightsaber because that'd be stupid.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we can wreck on that. So what do you do instead?
I just do my little force hands. Try it.
What did you say?
I say the same thing, but just like
threaten you with the force.
Threatening you with the force.
Again, are you going to be able to kill me without destroying the ship and your only way off? Condemn your poor Padawan to death? I don't want that. You don't want that. Let's go to Tython.
I just say absolutely not. We're going to Coruscant.
Are you really going to make me destroy the ship?
You're going to kill yourself. That's your solution?
Well, I mean, the ship, it's not killing myself. I'm destroying a ship that's on the ground, and the Sith are just going to take me to Korriban.
No, we're in space.
You're literally in orbit now.
Right. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
You just not paid attention. Yeah.
Yep.
It's about this time that you guys realize.
Yeah. So I think we look over.
And literally you've reached orbit. And so this is what you see.
He's just sitting in the pilot.
No, but see, he's in the engine room. He's doing all this from the engine room, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So what you actually do see though is you look up, right? You're in orbit and you see a Sith cruiser, and this is like the famed Sith ship that Exar Kun found on Yavin 4. You know this ship. There are horror stories about this ship in this war. It is currently in orbit over Tatooine, and it sent this shuttle down and these strike fighters down to go grab you. And you immediately, I think both of you feel his presence there, right? You're just like, oh.
You led all of them here, didn't you?
And I want to give you guys a moment to do something if you want to. Otherwise, Nibbit is literally just going to click the button to randomly send you into hyperspace.
I want to roll meditation with my aura of fear.
To do what?
To expand my
right. I know to expand it, but what do you want that
to buy us a moment of hesitation to be able to do to expand the time we have to do something.
I think by the time you would have done that, Nibbit is going to just push the button, right? Okay. So I don't think it matters. You maybe start to do it, but unless anyone else does anything, if you're just staring at the ship, oh crap. Then
I also want to send a message.
Do you have telepathy?
No,
because that's what
why
that
I need
is.
that's not if you're doing the Orb of Fear with meditation. Like not
You-
like the metaphorical message.
Send him. Well, then you don't need to roll for that. We can just say you do it.
Oh, okay.
No real stakes there. Yeah, we kind of in the novel version of this. We in your viewpoint, Talos, we get this like.
Thank you. Sorry.
We get this like force off where like obviously you and X Raccoon are kind of pushing on each other with your respective aura of fears. And then Nibbit pushes the button. So it says here in the rules here, blind jump. If no navigation test is rolled at all, no vehicular power test is rolled either. The GM chooses the GM chooses the trip destination, duration, and the state of the ship upon arrival. It's literally just up to me.
Fantastic.
So that is what we do as the close of the episode. Nibbit just pushes the button and you go somewhere. Who knows?
That's awesome.
And that is the end of episode 1 of Lords of Hatred.
That couldn't have gone better.
So real quick, let's go ahead and run through bits. I know everybody's got to get out of here quickly because we're over time, but we'll go ahead and run through beliefs, instincts, and traits real quick, give everybody some Artha, and call it a session. Ren, let's take a look at your stuff.
Okay, I definitely edited mine a bit.
Okay.
The Jedi are becoming complacent. I will be different. I will start by acquiring Kalos and Anchorhead. And that's like, I'm going to do something about the situation rather than just sit on the council.
Yep.
So
that's a persona point. You did it.
Okay.
Right.
And
so real quick, while we're going through these, if anyone who wants to like make sure they like change some things around or like think of ideas for what they want their beliefs to be, do that now. Continue.
Anchorhead is full of honest workers. I will not shed any unnecessary blood here while I complete my mission. I didn't. I just force pushed everybody to not have to kill anybody.
Yep. That's another persona point.
And then Kalos is not to be trusted. I was trying to find a way of like something I actually like actually completed other than this. I don't think I rolled anything else besides like a wise besides those two things. But I guess this, in a sense, got me into trouble. Is Kalos is not to be trusted. I won't give in to any of his demands in order to get him off this planet.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you work towards it. So, like, you get a fate point, but that's it. I don't think any of your traits, any of your instincts got you into trouble. I don't think they came up enough for them to, like, get into trouble. Like, never turn my back to a Sith. Like, a Sith hasn't, like, tried to do something bad to you yet, necessarily, in that sense.
Kalos is being tricky, and that got us into trouble by we're now going to a random planet rather than going to...
Yeah, but that had more to do with
Coruscant.
Other stuff than that instinct.
I agree.
Right. So, yeah, I don't think it was irrelevant enough. We haven't gotten to your luminous being stuff yet. So that didn't come up. And I don't think any of the other, all your other traits are like helpful ones. So I don't think they got you into trouble per se. Cool. So 2 persona points and a fate, I mean, is not bad for first session. You're welcome. Carlos.
The Jedi and Sith teachings failed me, so I'll eke out an existence alone on my own terms. So for now, I will find a way to support myself on this backwater planet. I tried.
Yeah. So fate point.
Alrighty. Second one. The teachings on Korriban lead only to destruction, and their secrets must die with me. So I will keep this knowledge away from those.
You are continuing to do so. So fate point.
So when you try to say, "Oh, I could just take them," you're bluffing.
Oh, that is 100% a bluff.
But we don't know that as characters.
Yeah.
It was a heated moment, and none of us have skills to counteract or actually do that.
Yeah.
So I just figured we're in the heat of the moment.
You're just kind of talking past each other. Yeah.
Yeah. I slightly changed my last one, but the power of the dark side grows within me, and the taint threatens to take control. Despite this, it's still my power. I won't let the Jedi take it from me. I won't go to the Jedi Council.
You are continuing to do so. So fate again.
All right. Never trust the Jedi.
I think that got you into trouble this time. Everything would have gone so much simpler if you just got along with everybody. So yeah.
Always face a challenge. It didn't get me into trouble.
No.
If
And-
there's a chance for knowledge or power, take it. I actively didn't do that.
Yeah. And all of
It
your
might
traits
change.
are helpful, so
Yeah.
I don't think those came up either. All right, cool. Nibbit knee.
So I just threw these things up.
Cool.
Plus, I don't know if I put them in the right spots either. So
Okay.
under beliefs, I have sell the welding stick, which is what he thinks the lightsaber is.
Oh, okay. So were you? I mean, you were working on. Were you working on? I don't think you were working on that per se.
No, I just put these things in right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But that was his whole intention initially, was trying to sell this thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we can work to like specify these further and make like them into full beliefs. But yeah, I think that's probably a good direction for you.
Always under beliefs. Always do what is best for me personally.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely have to expand that one out, but I think that is a good sentiment for a belief where basically like I care about just me, and so we'll just have to come up with something you're doing to like actively work on it.
Yeah.
Cool. That seems like you can get a fate point for it at least though, because you did it.
Do I push the F?
Yeah. So you can actually just go ahead and add it to your number
list
there.
On the top. Yeah. Okay. I want to know more about the strange feelings I've had since I saw the strange device.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like climbing on the ship after them is definitely working at that, and helping them get off the planet. So you can take a fate for that.
Yay. Okay. And then under instincts, I have always scavenging materials, survive by any means necessary, and I haven't figured out a third one for instinct.
I'm going to reword these slightly. So always scavenging materials makes sense. Always look to my own survival is probably the instinct version of that, the second one. And then scavenge anything I can, I think is just the same one as always scavenging materials.
Yeah, I just realized that. I didn't read the first one.
But that's fine. Reason. Yeah, we can find another one later.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I'll give you a fate point for always look to my own survival, because like that is the impetus that led you to jury rig the ship and go into space, which it didn't necessarily get you into trouble, but it moved the story in a very interesting direction. So that's another criteria for getting a fate point. So I think that's definitely applicable. So another one there. I think all of your other traits were either just helpful or didn't come up. So I think we can probably leave those alone. So I think it's just fate points for you there. But yeah, you got a good haul of fate points now. Bianca, let's take a look at your stuff.
I will do everything in my power to keep the location of Korriban a secret.
Working on it, so fate point. You definitely sought to honor the order and the code with your life. You can constantly complain whenever anyone got out of line with that. So you can take a fate point there.
Third one didn't apply. Third belief didn't apply.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel like he was going.
I don't think Ren did anything there. Yeah.
Whenever someone speaks ill, I didn't actually do that. I didn't get super angry. I was getting.
You kind of hinted at it, but nothing like ever came of it in like terms of like actual ramifications.
Yeah.
So yeah, for now it's just kind of flavor.
I will always seek to honor the code, even to a fault. I don't think that.
No,
there was no fault.
No.
I don't trust any non-Jedi until they earn it. That's true.
I think it's true, but I don't know if it got you into particular trouble.
Not in
this
trouble.
time, right? Yeah.
So I get just one.
I think just one
or two. The first two beliefs.
Yes, the first two beliefs.
Cool.
Looking at your traits, I think paranoid about the ship will come up later. Right? That's something you can play towards next time.
I just didn't. I'm kind of just really tired.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. Yeah.
So as the ship's flying into space and nobody's flying it, I'm probably like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, exactly. And so you can definitely have like, we'll have more of a chance to see Bianca be paranoid about the ship later. We've seen maybe a hint of Schadenfreude, however you pronounce that. But not enough to, I don't think, give you Artha. But you're hinting at it. I think just 2 fate for now.
Cool.
And then the last couple things we do, to wrap up this.
Oh, we need to advance hatred as well.
I was gonna say, yeah,
or empathy.
there's those things is what we kind of track now. So let's take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Okay.
I had never heard that song before. I heard it on TikTok.
Very nice, very nice.
Like,
Okay, advancing empathy.
ever.
So, Ren and Biaka, you have empathy. So if these things happened to you, if you did these things, then you'll get advancements toward empathy. Did you provide sanctuary to someone in immediate need?
yeah, we let this guy on our ship.
That is not an accurate description of what happened whatsoever.
Well, we brought the Sith with us on our ship.
I don't think this counts exactly. You
Yeah,
forced
we took a hostage.
You took a hostage and stole someone else's ship.
Hey,
that is
potato.
Speak out against injustice or cruelty.
Me.
I did that.
I did. I said, don't execute them.
You're right. Yeah, Biaka, you can take so it's an Ob 1 empathy, which for you is a routine. So mark a routine on empathy.
Do I get a routine empathy?
No, you don't.
Why? You're evil.
So I still called out your injustices.
No one consoled the grief-stricken or the angry. Let's see. I don't think the rest of this kind of came into play. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Abiding by foreign customs or arbitrary rules for the purpose of keeping the peace. You guys both did that by paying the stupid fee. I didn't even plan that. That's actually really funny. That's an Ob 3 empathy for you both. So that's actually for you. That's a difficult, Chad.
Oh,
nice.
And then I don't know what you have, Ren, in empathy.
I have, I think 2.
Really? How do you have
correct.
2 in empathy?
Where is it?
you're
located?
a Jedi Master and you only have
Oh, wow,
2
you do.
empathy?
Yeah, it's in attributes next to circles.
That means you suck at the Force.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
So that's a
and-
challenging
and-
for you.
Okay. That's
And you
all
gotta-
we get.
and,
is just
and a
the one
routine.
test.
You got to, or no, that was for Chad. Never mind.
He
Sorry.
gets 2 difficult, doesn't he?
No, he just gets a challenging.
A challenging.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see.
I need to pick a planet to have a house on since Naboo is not a thing.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if any of the other things here. Yeah, I don't think anything else came up. Cool. But yeah, that's actually really cool. I didn't realize that was an option on empathy as abiding by foreign customs or arbitrary rules, but that was like a perfect little moment for you guys there. For hatred,
Onderon.
Onderon is a good one, yeah.
That's what. Sorry.
Let's see. What did you do, Jared? Did you lie to defame or demoralize?
I don't think so.
Did you coerce through physical violence?
No.
Ren and Bianca did.
Yeah, we did. I tried to stop him from doing that.
Yeah. Provoking someone. Did you provoke someone to violence?
I almost did.
Did you lord your victory over a bested opponent?
No.
I think you might have with the Rodian.
Didn't
he
he
was
start
he was
the?
actively fighting. I just pulled him into my lightsaber.
Oh, okay. I suppose.
Okay.
Did you break your word?
Not yet.
Did you sow enmity between others? I think you did. Yeah, with the miners and the Jedi.
Yeah.
That's 100% what you were doing.
Yeah.
So that's an obstacle to hatred for you. Which
Okay.
so routines always count to advance hatred.
Oh, okay.
So even if it's a higher one, yeah, it'll still count.
Yeah. Or does it still count as a routine, or does it count?
It counts as a routine. And you just need to get a routine's equal to the number for it to count as a category. And basically what that means is any 2 of those 3 categories being filled up means you advance it.
Okay, so if I had 6 hatred, I need 6 routines.
You need 6 routines, yeah, exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Let's see.
There was one I saw that I did. I tried using Connor's relationship with him as like a threat. I don't remember which one that was.
Laying claim to something you know still belongs to another. You guys kind of stole a spaceship, so.
I didn't. I was forced onto the spaceship.
All right, I suppose.
Although I do kind of want to get more hatred. But yeah, no, I should.
I think it doesn't count. I don't know if you did
using someone's
else.
relationship against them. I tried basically roundabout threatening Bioka to Connor. That was one of the
when
I said you don't want you're just going to sacrifice my life and your apprentice's life. I said something like that in our tangent.
Right. I don't know if that counts. I think that's just in the sowing enmity between others thing. I don't think it was quite as drastic as that. Yeah. I think it's just that for you. I know that otherness changes when you use it. Let me look at that real quick. Yeah, here you go. It's a test to diminish it. So 3 dice. What was that on otherness for you? Routine. It's okay. So you can mark a routine on otherness, Lance, for what you did with it by giving you
what
that
was that?
trait.
I'm sorry.
Mark a routine on otherness, for that test you did with it earlier. We forgot to do that.
In routine, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the only other things is there's like a couple of extra Artha stuff that can be given. Where is it? So first one is a fate point can be earned if a player can stop the table dead with humor while in character. Did we have any moments where someone like laughed out loud because of something someone did or said in character?
I think Nimitny deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb with the robot wanting to kill people.
Thank you. Okay, I was hoping someone would give me one for HK12. So that actually means that Bayaka gets the fate point because that's his droid.
Him.
Yeah. But yeah, because droids can't get fate points. But yes, thank you. I'm glad someone appreciated that. So Bayaka gets another one and Lance gets another one. I want to give Kalos one too. For the conversation he was having with the Duro at the beginning of the game. That was really funny. Right skill, right time. If a character has the right skill when no one else does to keep the story moving, he should be rewarded with a fate point. Did anyone have a
100%?
Nibbit.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, he didn't have the skill though.
Yeah, but his otherness skill.
There you go. Otherness was the thing there. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I think if you passed the check, I think it would count.
Yeah, so the point of that one, though, is like it's a reward for clever character burning. So it's like, ooh, you chose this obscure skill, and it just happened to come in handy here, right? So it's not so much about like being learned stuff as it is about. But I think Nibbit still probably gets it. I think that makes sense. Mainly for otherness, I think, for that whole thing there. All the rest of you just like whacked people with lightsabers, so that's not exactly what's going on there. I don't think anyone got any of the like more advanced persona things because we're still kind of feeling out the characters and figuring out who they are and what they sound like and stuff. So, and really the only other thing is just real quick looking at steel tests that you guys might have earned. So I think most of you probably have enough steel that it won't matter, but I'm gonna mark these off. Go ahead and look at your steel and see if it will count.
Where is steel?
Steel is an attribute. Yeah. I think everybody got Ob2 for. Well, actually, no. Nibbit got Ob2 for witnessing violence. What's your steel at, Nibbit?
5.
Okay, so that doesn't count for you. It doesn't matter. Let's see. Everyone can mark an Ob2 test if it counts for them. For being in Kalos's presence because he has the aura figure stuff. But I think all of you probably have enough that it doesn't matter. What are all your steals?
I have 9. Connor has 8. So I don't think
Ned has 5, and Biaka, what do you have for steel?
Oh, never mind.
6.
Connor has 3 gray.
I have 6 steel.
You have 6 steel. Wait, do you have 3 gray steel, Connor?
Yes, I do.
Oh wow, that means you're.
I also have fearless as a trait.
Right. Okay, that will mitigate it somewhat. So
Yeah, but I have
Connor, mark
that thing that lets me crawl through anything.
That's true. Yeah, mark a difficult test, Connor. For being in Jared's presence.
For steel.
Yep.
Are we allowed to gray shade steel? What's the thing for that? Is it 5?
It's 5. Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Did you want to do it too?
Yeah, I'm gonna do
it. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. So that makes your steel 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody would get, or I just the 3 Jedi would get an Ob 4 steel test. So whatever that counts for you.
Wasn't I in the zone when he?
So
did
Ob 4 for fighting a duel to the death was what I was considering there.
I was thinking his presence. I was definitely
no, that was
there
an
when
Ob
that
2
happened.
one. Yeah. We already went through that one. Yeah, fighting a duel to the death. If an Ob 4 counts for you, then mark it. Biaka, what's your 6? You said.
Yeah.
I think yours counts as a difficult. So you can mark a difficult test for that, for being in that battle.
Is a fight for 4, is that challenging or difficult?
That is difficult. Challenging is always 1 over or above.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's always over the number.
Gotcha.
I think that's probably it.
Someone died. I killed someone. What's the steal for that?
Oh yeah, stabbing someone to death is an Ob 5.
Woo!
There you go.
Need to stab some more people. Let's go.
And then, I think like explosions. Yeah, there you go. Sustained artillery barrages. But I guess I wasn't sustained. Here we go. We'll do the equivalent of surviving a natural disaster where your guys were in the presence of the explosion. Ob 4 again for steel.
My steel's 5 now.
Nice.
I got 2 difficult and the challenging.
Very nice. And that is it. I know we went late again, and we will try not to do that consistently every time because I know that's very late for you, Lance. Were you going to say something?
I was just wondering if I was supposed to be doing something with the steel because I was a little lost with all that.
Oh, all good. I think the only one that would have counted for you is an Ob 4, which is a difficult for you. So just mark a difficult.
The natural disaster one, which would have been 5.
So okay.
Yep.
Cool.
That should be it for you. All right, cool. That is Lords of Hatred. We'll be back next week with another episode. This has been really fun so far. I'm definitely interested in random hyperspace jump to nowhere. I get to come up with literally anything. Like I can send you guys anywhere, which I'm very excited about. So we'll pick up with these characters next week. And thanks for playing, guys. And we are out. See ya.
Okay, you're sending us straight to Korriban, right?
Oh, of course.